Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have our good friend Ryen Russillo, the start of Mt Rushmore season.
Woo!
We're doing the Mt Rushmore of things that we'll never do, things that we'll never do in our life. It's also Team Mt Rushmore, a little twist on this year's Mt Rushmore.
People very excited about
everyone's
Team Mount Rushmore.
pumped about it. We also talk a little NBA draft with him, get some details on who's going to be the first pick and who he likes in the draft. We have Hot Seat, Cool Throne. We're going to catch up on Stanley Cup Final, some other things that happen in the sports world, and we'll finish with guys on chicks. Before we get to all of that, our friends at Visible, our presenting sponsor. What would you do with the extra money you'd save from switching to Visible? Well, you could do a lot because you could pay $60 with some carriers, but with Visible, it's as low as $25 a month. Think about what you could do with that extra cash. Visible is perfect for singles. With extra money, you could take someone on a date or maybe just live your single life and buy yourself dinner. The draft is coming up on Thursday night. PFT, who do you think the single most important pick of the draft is going to be?
Ooh, the Spurs are going to fill the Patriots' role, and they're going to take somebody and be like, "Oh crap, I can't believe that somebody slid to number 9."
Yep, I'm gonna say we talked about this with Russillo, but my only wish, and it will be my best pick, is if the Nuggets can somehow pick Nikola Jovic.
I'm pretty mad about that.
Yeah,
I can't. It's like the Josh Doxson thing.
Yeah, I want it.
My brain's already angry about that.
I want it so bad. So check out Visible right now. Switch to Visible at visible.com/pod. Get unlimited single-line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Comparison to a single line with unlimited data at other major carriers. For plan and network details, see visible.com/pod. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Visible. Go to visible.com/pod. Get unlimited single-line wireless for as low as $25 a month. Today is Wednesday, June 22nd. And has there been any news with the LIV Tour recently?
Yeah, I saw that Colin Morikawa is not going to the LIV Tour. There was a lot of speculation. People were throwing stones ahead of the time, and he is not going to the LIV Tour, even though he may have scrubbed his bio. Max Homa tweeted out embarrassed-faced emoji, money bag emoji. He's also not going to the LIV Tour.
We had Matt Fitzpatrick on the show today. He's going to be coming up on Fridays, Pardon My Take, U.S. Open winner. Not going to LIV Tour.
Well, we didn't ask him.
Well, we alluded to it, and he was like, "Nah, guys, no way." So, I think that just wraps up the LIV Tour.
You're forgetting an addition.
Oh,
Abraham Ancer.
What a scumbag!
Honest Abe.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about the LIV Tour a lot recently, though. And
laid on me.
Well, so we were very mean to Bryson DeChambeau, right? We really laid into him, calling him a fat, steroid-addicted loser that had to pay for all his drugs, and that's why he joined the LIV Tour. But I was thinking about, like, he's a guy with a family. He has to make what's in his best financial interest. And if you want to play the game where you find out where all the money's always coming from, you're never going to be 100% clean. So I've decided that we should be nicer to Bryson about his choice. Because really, who's to say if somebody were to offer any of us that money, what we would or wouldn't do? And, you know, especially some of these guys have, like, family members that are playing on this tour.
Right, you want to be
probably
with
a
family.
cool thing.
Yeah, just got married.
Yeah.
Have a family that they're working on.
Except for Charles Barkley, he said that he would kill a relative if it meant that he could get $200 million to play golf on the LIV Tour.
Wow.
Actually, that's good for Aaron Rodgers. They should sign Aaron Rodgers.
Yes,
he would, too.
I mean, he's probably, knowing Aaron Rodgers, he's probably running the LIV Tour. So there might have been an addition in someone we know, Brooks Koepka, on the LIV Tour now. What are we going to do?
Well, I feel like we have to act swiftly.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I had an idea. I think that
he's a member of the Blake of the Year Club.
He is. And just like Jay Moynihan, the president of the PGA Tour, who's coming down swiftly, I think what we have to do right now is suspend Brooks Koepka from Blake of the Year competition upon appeal.
Yeah, so we're going to grant him an opportunity to appeal this suspension, and by that he's going to come on Pardon My Take
and explain to us,
and then we'll reevaluate at that point. Right now, he's still available for Shake of the Year, but we might consider re-entering him into the Blake of the Year contest. But he just needs to explain it to us.
So right now he's out. You know what? Credit to us. We just came down. Can we clap?
Yeah.
Can you guys clap?
Yeah.
Can you guys clap?
I think we're addicted to...
We came down very hard on Brooks right there.
I feel like we're addicted to suspending people.
Yeah.
It is great power, isn't it? It feels good.
Yes, it is. Yeah, he's suspended.
Why are you chuckling like that?
Yeah,
Hank?
you want to suspend? You want a
taste?
sussy? You want us to sussy you?
Do you guys want to
Oh,
sussy?
shit, you're right. You
Yeah,
can sussy
good
us.
point.
No, it is weird because obviously people know our relationship with Brooks and they're like asking us to have a statement. I don't know. We're not close enough to Brooks to be like, hey, dude, don't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should tell him that. Be like, hey, we as Pardon My Take would prefer you not to do this because I think we all agree we'd prefer him not to go to the LIV Tour, but we can't control him.
No, we
Live
can't.
is live.
Live is live. Live and let live.
Yeah.
And right now it looks like I feel like this is like 3D chess that Saudi Arabia is playing right now. They're driving up gas prices so high. It's tough to not say yes to all the money that's promised to them on the LIV Tour. If they get gas up to like $20 a gallon, Colin Morikawa is going to go over there too.
Yeah. So, I'm not a fan of the LIV Tour. I wish Brooks had not gone to the LIV Tour, but again, I don't know how I can stop him from going to the LIV
Now,
Tour.
are they going to give him a new team? Because
I
it
don't know.
looks like the teams are stacked. If they make it, what if there's a Pardon My Take team on the LIV Tour and we get a cut off it? Yeah, and you guys, the listeners, can suspend us.
Yeah.
For a couple episodes pending approval.
Yeah.
Or pending appeal.
Yeah,
we'll hear our own appeal.
Yeah. We'll just take a break.
I mean, I said I've been watching the LIV Tour since it started. I will continue to watch it.
You are a huge LIV Tour fan.
I'm not a LIV Tour fan. I'm just like, put sports in front of me. If they're entertaining and good golfers, I'll probably tune in.
Yeah.
Especially if it's free on YouTube.
It is always funny, though, when, like, I know that people
Roger Goodell is the most corrupt, evil human being on planet Earth, and, I still watch the NFL. So
That's true. Good point. That's it. He is Roger Goodell, Saudi Arabia, shaking hands.
Yes.
Same people. It is always funny, though, because, like, people want us to
But, like, ESPN's
say something
talking about it.
Yeah, but, like, look, we already said something. We banned him from Blake of the Year upon appeal. Like, how could you be? What other power do we have? That's the strongest thing we can come down on.
We came down very hard. We gave him the maximum suspension.
That is.
On Pardon My Take. We've never done that before. Actually, it's unprecedented to kick somebody out of Blake of the Year. Now, of course, he does have recourse because he is a member, he's got a union. He's a member of the Pardon My Take Recurring Guest Association.
That's true.
And so by the CBA that we've enacted with him, we have to legally hear his request for appeal.
Right. So we'll see what happens going forward, but right now it's just a two-man race. Old-fashioned Blake of the Year whenever we get to the Takies this year. It's a two-man race.
What do you think happens?
It's going to be I just realized it's going to be a lot harder for them to pick ping pong balls with just two of them.
That's true.
we're not
We're gonna have to change that up this year.
That was the joke.
What
one
about
of the worst things we've ever done? That will be on our worst of the year.
Who do you think was the maddest? I think it was Blake Griffin.
Yeah,
got the most frustrated over the course of the ping pong ball selection.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that will when we run our worst of the year episode, that will definitely be highly featured.
Yeah,
because
just run the whole thing.
Yeah, we should and just torture everyone again. We should actually
Didn't we edit it down too?
Yeah,
we should. You know what we should do? I don't know if you can do this, but Executive Hank, you're tight with YouTube.
Yes.
Maybe what if we could buy ad space on our YouTube video, and the ads are just Blake of the Year ping pong running. So like when you get a break of it, it just goes to an ad.
We actually could probably do that.
Okay, great. That would be great. So it's just like you can't escape it. Just make it so that people really don't want to watch our videos.
Yeah, I mean, how much money would go to us if we sponsored our own podcast on YouTube?
Oh,
probably like 80%.
can we
right?
double dip?
No, you guys would lose money.
No, but we're paying
Yeah,
ourselves.
but only like 20%.
Oh, no, we're paying
You only
YouTube.
get a percentage of what you pay yourself.
There would be commission that goes off.
You'd be
to
spending
YouTube.
100% of your money to receive a
Look
percentage
at this.
back.
This guy fucking knows math.
That's way better than our
This
gambling
guy-
records.
This guy knows math. Yeah, but the 100% you have to understand when we pay YouTube.
That is a business expense,
That's
though.
a business
Write it
expense and
off.
also a sunk cost. So then when we get the money back, ka-ching,
Grown cause, yep.
ka-ching.
It's
Yes.
a loss leader,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Do you do sunk costs up on the third floor where
Yep.
you're like, that money's gone?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
We don't have anybody around here like that.
That's how I basically just there's a lot of sunk costs in my brain when I'm doing finances. Like, I already spent that. What are you going to do?
How many more professional golfers do you think have to leave the PGA to go to the LIV Tour to have somebody like, I don't know, Jake or Hank's level of golf being like, you know what, I think now I can make the PGA Tour?
Yeah, it's going to, the good news is Max is going to make every cut.
Yep.
There's no one left.
The Max Slam is really,
Yeah.
we mentioned it in passing on last part of my take, but that's really a feat that I don't think we ever thought would be possible.
Yeah, he's done it. I also
Did
like
you see the sabermetrics behind the slam?
No.
I'll pull it up.
The real take though on this is like I wasn't surprised that Brooks is going out. His brother's on the tour. I also think like there hasn't been anyone who shocked me. Morikawa would have shocked me because let's be honest, Brooks has battled some knee injuries. He doesn't love playing regular PGA events all the time.
He just paid Ludacris to play at his wedding. That's a pretty big business. That's a sunk cost right there.
That's a sunk cost. He shows up for the majors. Like all these guys that have gone, it kind of I can see, how it's happening. It's waiting for that one guy who might be like in his early 20s who's got his entire career in front of him. That guy going would be weird.
Like a Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, that would be. Colin Morikawa would have shocked me.
Yes.
Yes.
But besides that, it's like there's so much money that's being thrown at these guys. It's very, very difficult for them to say no.
Tough decisions. Okay, so he's suspended. There you go.
You know
that's print it, put it out there, suspended from Blake of the Year, and
I'll
then
make
maybe
a
in
press release.
Yeah, maybe in small print upon appeal.
Yeah.
So he does have an appeal, and I don't think the appeal process is going to be that difficult, but we'll see.
You know who they should get to play on that tour is Afi Barnrat.
Yeah.
The guy from Thailand that vapes all the time. Mm-hmm. He's like 5'8", 240 pounds, and he just blows sick clouds on
And
the
he
course.
just burns all his money on Lambos.
He's a guy, Lambos and Yeezys.
Yeah.
He has an entire apartment that he got, a secret apartment dedicated to his shoes.
Yeah.
That's the guy that, like, if there's anybody that's going to go on to the LIV Tour, they should have his name circled big time.
Agreed. What were you going to say, Hank? You got the Max Homa numbers?
Yes. So he tweeted this. He replied to this tweet, but it's from Kyle Porter, CBS. Aggregate major scores of golfers who have made the cut at all three majors in 2022. Zalatoris, obviously the top, -13. Then Rory's -11. Fitzpatrick was -7. Morikawa was +2. John Rahm +11. And then Max Homa and three other guys are at the bottom of the list, +17 or higher.
Ooh. Okay.
Wait, is that good?
No, I mean he's at the bottom of the slam.
Got
Wait,
it.
does-
Like of all the golfers that have done the slam,
Yeah.
he's at the bottom of that
So
list.
does that
but
mean
he's
is
still
that like-
in the door?
He's still
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
He's on the list.
Is
Right.
that like a guy that has exceptional BABIP in baseball, where it's like, yeah, he hits a lot of ground balls, but they all find the hole?
Seam
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
We just went dimple head
Yeah,
to
we
seam
went
head.
same head on you. Sorry.
It's very difficult. We do so many sports. Speaking of, we should talk about the Stanley Cup Final.
Yeah. What's that? We're puck boys.
Yeah, we're puck boys. Yeah, we were big time puck boys. That was quite the answer from the Lightning. Weird series so far because you just have blowout. You had an unbelievable game one and then two blowouts.
Sick league.
And now, sick league. And now, did you see the little like gamesmanship that was going on that now has cost potentially the Lightning Kucherov? So in game 2 Saturday night, the Avs were up 6-0, and they put out their number one power play unit just to like run it up. Game 3 on Monday night, similar situation. It was 6-2. Games in hand, 5 minutes left. The Lightning put out their number one power play unit. Kucherov gets hurt. I don't know what they're doing there, and it got chippy at the end. Little fight.
Yeah, there was a fight at the end of game 2 also, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love that in the playoffs when a team's getting their ass kicked and at the very end they're like, well, we're still going to try to fight you.
Yeah.
Try to get like a tiny bit of momentum to carry over to the next game. That's going to be interesting. Also, the Avalanche goalie situation is going to be interesting because, like, it's weird to say because as good as the Avalanche have been all season, they still have, like, major questions.
Yeah, they have a goalie named Darcy.
Yeah, they've got major questions in the net. So they might not even go with the guy that they've been starting. They might have to pull him because he looked shaky, as the boys say.
Yes, and I also, like, this is weird to say, but Game 4, it has Game 5 2-2 type feels because – I feel like if the Lightning win Game 4, they're going to win this series.
But then it's going to go back to Colorado, and they're going to win 6-1.
Yeah, that's true. But
you forget about Game 5.
But the Lightning are set up so perfectly where they've done this now a few times in these playoffs where they start slow in a series, and so if they win Game 4, you're just going to be like, well, here it goes. It's happening again.
I do like your analogy, though, that Game 3 felt like a Game 4.
Game 4 is going to feel like a Game 5.
It'll feel like a game. Oh, yeah. So you said Game 4 will feel like a Game 5. I think that the 2-0 lead that the Avalanche had felt like a 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
And so now it's 3-2.
Right.
So it should be Game 6, but it's actually going to be Game 5, which is actually going to be Game 4.
Yep,
got it.
Exactly. That's why you pay the big bucks to listen to the Puck Boys.
Yeah, it makes sense when you think about it.
Yes, break it all down. I need a graphic for that as well, Jake.
It might have been like one of the stupidest things we've ever said on the show, but it does make sense to me.
If you actually sit down and look at it, it makes perfect sense.
Yep.
And then other story before we get to Hot Seat, Cool Throne, and then Russillo and Mt Rushmore. The Warriors parade was fantastic. Mostly Klay Thompson, who had just a tour de force. He started the day losing his hat on his boat, driving to the parade, and then he wore a captain's hat for the rest of the day, which was very funny. He truck sticked a woman because he fell over, and he then almost lost his championship ring because he went to shake someone's hand and it dropped and it like basically rolled into the crowd. Mm-hmm. And then he did Michael Jackson moves on the trophy in the middle of the street, and it was like that. I just love whenever a team wins a title and the guy and the players get so drunk, you're like, wow. Like Andrew Wiggins, that was the highest man on earth. That one picture, did you see his eyes?
I didn't see that one.
Oh my God, I'll show it to you. It was like incredible to see his eyes. But I like when a team celebrates how we would celebrate if we ever won anything of any note. Not like when a team celebrates it, it's like, oh yeah, everyone seems like they've had a few beers.
Yeah, like going back to Tom Brady at that Super Bowl parade that they had where he tossed the Lombardi trophy and he was drunk and being carried out afterwards. That's awesome to see people that usually have their lives put together just completely fucked up. In fact, I'd like to see that in more walks of life, not just sports teams. I want to see like high-powered executives after they have a good quarter, like a good conference call. They go out, they get hammered at the bar, there are cameras all around them. We need to normalize getting blind drunk at a celebration for our heroes.
Yes, exactly. Andrew Wiggins, I'm pulling this up right now. I want your instant reaction. It's very, very funny.
They should also make the losing team do a loser's parade.
What are you going to say, Hank?
That'd be great.
What are you going to say, Hank?
No,
what does that
What
look?
were you going to say?
Don't give me that look.
I mean, that's just little contradictory words. I'll put some money in the list, put some money in the jar, but what you just said is a little bit contradictory.
What, getting drunk after you have a great quarter or something like that?
You said getting drunk after celebrating your heroes.
Yeah, but that's different.
All right, all right. $5 in the jar. No.
I don't like this, Hank. You're becoming.
I didn't know if you were doing that on purpose. It was funny.
I think that we should normalize people getting drunk after they have a brief glimmer of doing a good job at their work.
Yes.
Athletes who are in their like mid to lower 20s. That's what I'm getting at.
Agreed.
I also think that I might have gotten photoshopped a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad.
Damn it.
In what?
The eyes.
Oh, no.
I mean, he's fucked up, but someone did Photoshop them very red, and then I laughed at that. So strike that from the record.
You got fake news.
Yeah. I mean, it was very funny. Yeah, this is the one that I saw that was very funny. Really
I'm going to believe that's
true.
they're
right. Like, come on, let me believe it.
I thought it was real, too.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Let me believe that shit. I actually think someone photoshopped his eyes to be less red to try to save Andrew Wiggins.
That's the fake news.
That is exactly what happened, folks.
I don't like that they didn't have him get on the mic and speak because I need somebody to say something stupid at these victory parades too.
Yeah.
Let them just get drunk, open up, open their hearts to everybody and let one guy on the team say something absolutely dumb as shit.
Yes.
And then let us laugh at that.
Yeah, so I mean, Corey Crawford did it with the Blackhawks when he just got on the mic and just like, fucking right, Chicago. Like, that was, like just swearing and just being so blind drunk, you don't know what you're saying. I want that.
I think Ovechkin said, I told you we are not going to be suck this year.
Yeah. That shit is that. You need that, and then you make shirts. That's how the world goes round.
Yeah, they're really taking money out of the local economy.
Yes. All right, let's do hot seat, cool throw, and then we'll get to Russillo and Mt Rushmore. Before we do that, Skrill. Skrill is the best digital wallet for gamblers because it was built for gamblers. Sophisticated gamblers use it to manage their bankroll, whether they're playing games like poker or betting on their favorite sports. They manage their bankroll using the wallet, which allows them to pay instantly and securely its payments without limits, basically. And you can access your bankroll with instant deposits and withdrawals and also draw the cash using your prepaid card. Let's just say Skrill is the best digital wallet for sports bettors, so it's a no-brainer to create your free account right this instant. Make sure to sign up at Skrill.com/Barstool to create your free account and complete the account verification by clicking Follow the Game after registering so you can start using their digital wallet today. That is Skrill. It is the best digital wallet for sports bettors. It's a no-brainer to create your free account right this instant. Check out Skrill. Hot seat, cool throne. Hank.
My hot seat are the Rockets. They benched John Wall last year, even though he wanted to play and was ready to play, because they wanted to develop players, aka get a lower draft pick. And then today, he kind of got a little revenge. He exercised his option to re-sign, and is going to get paid $47.4 million.
Good for him.
Living in Texas.
Job.
He's
and
still good,
they're going to try
right?
and trade him. No one's going to want to trade for him, and they're going to have to buy him out.
Yeah,
Why?
have to eat all their
So they're
salary.
not going to want to trade for him because of the salary, but he's still a good player, right?
Yes.
He's
Yes.
totally healthy now.
Yes.
He has no lingering foot injuries. He's back. I feel like he's going to be a great player as soon as he gets off the Rockets.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed. We all agree. He's going to have and he's going to have all that money in his pocket. So,
Which maybe not, James Harden, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't think John Wall is James Harden.
Yeah, James Harden's James.
James Harden. There's no other James Harden.
Yeah, he is one of one. James Harden. We should start that Twitter
But James
account.
Harden was better than John Wall when he was
Correct.
at his peak.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's
Unless
a
it was a
fact.
Game 7.
True.
Yeah, or any game in the playoffs.
Speaking of basketball, my cool throne is just unathletic bloggers competing in sports. We talked about Idol on Monday. Today, Big Cat had all of the contestants play basketball, like a weird form of basketball, and I was just watching the clips before we recorded, and I don't think I've ever laughed as hard in my life.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, so Barstool Idol's still going on. Check out the Barstool Sports YouTube page for the 7 p.m. eliminations. And PFT is going to be, this is going to drop on Wednesday, so it'll be fine. It won't be a spoiler. PFT is going to be doing some stuff on Wednesday with all the contestants.
Doing
so it's
a lot
gonna be
of
great.
stuff.
Yeah.
Putting
Very
through the
excited.
ringer.
We're going to find a new colleague.
But you just, obviously, it's like, even watching unathletic people play golf, unathletic people play anything is funny, and this was just people that have never played basketball, I don't know, ever / in the last 10 years.
It's also the rules that I've created for this game. It's full court, and if it's full court, you have to make a basket to be off the court, and there cannot be 2 consecutive shots at the same basket. And it's 9 people all on their own, which it creates one of the dumbest looking basketball games you could possibly imagine.
We'll post some of the videos.
Yeah.
I was in tears laughing with PFT. PFT can attest. I was dying.
There's
Everything
also-
I wanted and more.
There's something very funny about somebody whose job it is to talk about basketball players, and you put a basketball in their hands, and they seriously look like they're a 2-year-old
Yes.
that has never seen the sport before.
Yes, that's why, shout out John Rothstein, never touched a basketball. Smart. Mm-hmm. He can never be in that position.
There's no upside
He's
to it
literally
whatsoever.
never
I
touched
hit a
a
half-court
basketball.
shot at Iowa.
You did?
Yeah,
Fuck yes.
but
But
still
Jake,
can't
you're
really
like
play.
a
I
sneak.
can't
No,
really
you're
play.
a sneaky good at everything.
Uh,
No, that's a fact. All right, PFT, your hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat is sex.
Ooh,
Sex on the hot seat.
Hank,
Hear me out, Hank. What?
I want a retraction
That's a quick
from
trigger.
Batty South, by the way.
Absolutely not.
So my hot seat is sex because the World Cup in Qatar, that's one of those words that every time I say it, I get people telling me I'm saying it wrong.
Yep.
So I'm going to say it both times from now on. But at the World Cup this year, they've implemented a rule. I guess it's a law in the country, but they're holding the law in place for the World Cup. A one-night stand is against the law there.
What?
And could be punished by up to 7 years in Qatari prison.
Now, is a 2-night stand allowed?
I don't know if you get married before. That's actually something that they should look into, is having a drive-through marriage ceremony place like in Vegas.
Yeah.
So if you want to bone somebody that you just met over there, then you get married real quick and you can have sex.
We need it like a pop-up like outside of the bars.
Or
like, like a pizza truck. It's just a marriage truck.
In the hotels.
Yeah.
Just as you go in the door, like, hey, you want to get married? I noticed that you're with a lady right now.
Yes.
Get married, and then a divorce place also
right
on the way out.
As you walk out of the hotel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they need, because it's going to be a real issue over there. First of all, they're not really allowing drinking that much unless you're on one of the designated resort areas, like inside a hotel. And then on top of that, there's no one-night stands that you can have either.
I feel like we probably should have done the World Cup there.
Probably not. But that's FIFA. They make the LIV Tour seem like the Salvation Army.
It is funny when LIV Tour is obviously hot in the streets right now, and like, oh yeah,
well, FIFA. We've got stadiums that were built by slaves.
Yes,
and if
a lot of them perished.
And if you have sex or drink, we will execute you.
Yes, and we're doing an entire World Cup in the middle of the desert where we have to blast air conditioning and do the tournament in the middle of American football season.
It's really one of the worst overall tournaments of all time
ever,
but I'm still very excited.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it.
I got Italy in 6.
There we go.
My cool throne is balls. Balls on the cool throne.
All right, that's going on.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up, Hank. You know what, you should bonk yourself on this one, because I'm talking about baseballs. The balls in baseball are on the cool throne, because Major League Baseball sent out a memo that all 32 teams will be required to get the balls ready using the exact same technique. Up until now, each clubhouse did a different way.
Yeah, the humidifier and shit.
Yeah, like
the humidor.
Colorado, they used to put them in the humidifier, humidor, whatever it was.
Arizona as well.
Different places do it different ways. But now there's a specific method that every single team has to use. The proper technique is painting the full surface of the ball with the mud using 2 fingertips, and you use a very precise rubbing motion with the ball in between both hands to get mud into the pores of the leather. And it's a 30 to 40 second process. It will be monitored now by Major League Baseball, as opposed to just letting teams do it however they want to do it. That could also be a hot seat for the Yankees, too.
Yes.
Because the Yankees are probably definitely doing something different with their balls.
Just win every game.
Yeah. First team to 50 wins since the 2001 Mariners in 67
No
games.
other teams won 50 games in a season?
No, in this fastest team. Sorry.
Got
fastest, not first.
Fastest first.
Yes.
The fastest first team.
Since 2001.
So, yeah, this is...
That Mariners team did not do well in the playoffs.
I feel like this is a good opportunity for us to make some mid-season bets.
Yes.
On team total wins and losses. Like, I feel like the good teams, I might just start fading every good team.
Yeah.
Because I'm always of the mindset that in baseball, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
That's a fact.
And so every single team is cheating in a certain way. This seems like they're closing a pretty big cheating loophole.
Yes, I agree. All right, I have 2 hot seats. My first hot seat is Marilyn Monroe. There was an article that came out. This is kind of fucked up because she's been dead for a really long time. But it was basically that Marilyn Monroe was like an all-time smelly person.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
Yeah. So it's David Brett writes about Marilyn Monroe's non-hygienic personal habits that not many people knew about. According to Brett, she was flatulent, dirty, and ate in bed. Like Jean Harlow, she bleached all her pubic hair and never wore panties. Also, this one is actually gross.
What, is that dirty to bleach your pubic hair?
I don't know.
And not wear panties?
I don't know, but I guess she was a big-time farter. She had what they didn't have a term for it back then, but she had IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. And she rarely bathed, slept in the nude, and ate a lot in bed, shoving what was left on her plate under the sheets before going to sleep.
I'm fine with all that.
That's crazy. And I guess Joe DiMaggio complained all the time about how much she stunk.
I'm fine with all that.
Yeah.
I'm always okay with a new article coming out being like, Hitler had diarrhea since he was 13 years old.
Yes.
But don't do that to Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
Let her rest in peace.
It's kind of fucked. And then my other hot seat is me, and I'm actually going to put the AWLs on the hot seat because I'm stuck now in a spot where we want Kevin Durant on this show, and he just has alphaed me so hard at this point that I need people to start replying to his tweets just saying, go on, pardon my take. I don't know what else we can do. I've been Instagram DMing him for 5 years, and he just doesn't reply, or when he does reply, it's just mean. But he also said that, like, I went back and I looked, and he also agreed to come on. I'm just getting alpha, so I need help.
You know what the problem is? We haven't won anything on this podcast.
Yeah.
We keep losing that fucking iHeartRadio award to like whatever new podcast comes out that year and goes away. Maybe if we start getting some rings, then he'll be like, yeah, they're an elite team. I want to join up with them.
Yeah.
And maybe I can help them win something. We need to be better bus drivers.
Yes, we do.
And then get him on our side to try to cement his legacy as an all-time content creator.
He would be so good on this show. I also, when I was looking back, because like he replied to one of my tweets yesterday, so I was like, oh, I'm going to strike up another conversation. He just like saw my Instagram DMs and didn't reply. But I looked back. I don't know if you remember this, Hank, but you saw him at a concert once, and you didn't go up and say hello. And I sent him a message. I'm like, my producer saw you, but like pussied out and didn't say hello. And he just replied, he's a baby back bitch, which is hilarious. And then another time, I can't remember what was happening. He was getting dragged. Oh no, it's when he got hurt. He got hurt in the series against the Raptors when he tore his Achilles. And I said, sorry, bro, hope you're back soon. And he just wrote back, stop being a bitch. I ain't on my deathbed. So like these are our conversations. I get alpha every which way.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I think
I'm just stuck.
We got to play hard. We should suspend him from the podcast.
Yeah.
Make him want to come.
Yeah, there was another one where there was some, I can't remember what was happening at the time, but like something he said, it might have been something some controversy, maybe it was the burner shit, and I was like, like we deal with something similar, like obviously you're way bigger, but we deal with something similar where people dissect like every mood we're in and everything, like if we have one off day, they're like, oh, these people hate each other, and he just replied to me and he said, you cannot compare to me, so you can't relate to me. And I was like, okay, so
it sounds like
I'm stuck. I'm completely alpha.
It sounds like he actually hates you.
Yeah, but then he'll reply one day he was just like, happy Thanksgiving.
He's a weird,
out of nowhere.
He's weird. We got it.
Was it Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Oh,
he said Happy Turkey Day, my man. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't know what to do.
We got to figure out a different way to approach this.
It's like
that's the bottom line.
I don't think he hates
the way
me.
that we're doing it right now is not working out.
I need everyone's help. I really do. And then my cool throw, and this one is going to be a shocker if you had this for things that were going to get mentioned on Pardon My Take. My cool thrown is the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Whoa.
Because they called back up their young phenom shortstop, who's 6'7", shortstop. His name is O'Neal Cruz. And I was watching last night. I was watching the highlights because they were playing the Cubs. They killed the Cubs. This guy might be the most electric player I've ever seen in my life. 6'7". He's 6'7". He's a shortstop. He ran on a sac fly to like short left. He was safe at home, so he like beat out like basically like you'd never go. No one would ever go. He had the 3 fastest sprint speeds of the year by a Pirate: 31.5 miles per hour, 30.7.
There's no chance he ran 31 miles per hour.
What is that? What is 31.5 then?
31.5.
3 fastest sprint speeds of the year by a Pirate.
31.5 feet per second.
I don't know. Yeah, it can't be 31.5.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
He would
You're
be
right.
elite.
The
Raiders would have drafted him.
What is that?
I don't know.
31.5.
It sounds like this guy's going to be really good on the Yankees in 4 years.
Yeah, don't do that to the Pirates fans. He hit a ball 112 miles an hour last night, 113 miles an hour. And then here's the crazy one. He threw a ball from shortstop. It was the hardest throw by an infielder in MLB.
Second.
Feet per second,
Yeah.
okay. Hardest throw, he's so fast. Hardest throw by an infielder in Major League Baseball this year. He threw a ball from shortstop to first, 96.7 miles per hour.
I saw that one, and
It was insane.
It was impressive. Maybe the most impressive part about that throw was he didn't even reach his arm back all the way. He's just got a whip attached to his shoulder.
Dude, he is absolutely electric. So baseball is one of those sports. If your team sucks, but you have one of these guys,
Yep.
everything can be okay. Because
Yep.
you're like, I'm going to watch and just hope he does something incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And he got called up last year for 2 games, and I think he hit a home run. But he's going to be incredible. So I'm buying all my stock in O'Neal Cruz right now.
I'm lashing out a little bit because that's the situation I'm in right now with Juan Soto.
Yeah.
But I'm always thinking like, oh, he's going to be a Met or he's going to be a Yankee.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah. His first big league home run last year. Oh no, he ripped a single last year that was 118 miles an hour.
That's pretty
StatCast.
sick.
He's just fucking everything he does is fast.
That's a cool name too.
Yeah,
O'Neal Cruz is
yeah.
awesome.
And he's 6'7". Like you don't see a lot of 6'7" shortstops.
Yeah.
Okay, Jake.
My hot seat is Duke basketball because despite having an office, despite giving quotes on players transferring, Coach K says he will not be attending any home games at Cameron Indoor this season. Do we believe him?
As a fan?
I would assume so. But we don't know that because he's still giving quotes and.
Well, so he's only going as a coach.
He's only going to go to their away games.
Yeah, as a coach, he'll be there.
You would maybe think so.
Huh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
It's just interesting how
he's retired. I don't know why his name keeps coming up, right, Hank?
Because he keeps giving quotes and has an office.
No, that might be it.
Is he like outbounding these quotes? He's calling up reporters and be like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not going to be at the games next year." They're like, "Okay."
He's probably getting like a special high-speed telescope built from his office so he can watch the games in his cave live.
Yeah, so
this
that's
fucking
tough.
guy.
And then my cool throne is the SEC. So the College World Series is happening. There are 5 teams left: Auburn, Arkansas, Ole Miss, A&M, and Oklahoma. And Oklahoma is going to be in the SEC, so they're pretty much guaranteed a championship.
I love Arkansas baseball. They're awesome. And it's mostly just because they are dominating the Jello shot challenge.
Oh, yeah.
They've got like 20 times as many Jello shots ordered at the bar as any other team fan base does. And they've got that one dude in the stands that wears the over-the-top Oakley sunglasses, which are just such a fucking cool look.
Yeah, so there's a bar in Omaha that has a Jello shot challenge. I think every year they broke the record, all-time record, but it was very funny at the beginning of the College World Series because, shout out Notre Dame, they actually put up like a couple hundred. They were not terrible, but it was like Arkansas 1,000 or like 1,200, Ole Miss like 1,100, and goes down the list, and it was Stanford 37.
Yeah, of course not.
It's so perfect.
Of course those nerds
It was just
weren't
one
doing
guy
anything.
probably.
Yeah, no, I love Arkansas. It's like an entire fan base built out of John Daly.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Muss is our guy, the Muss bus. Okay, good job, Jake. Let's get to Ryen Russillo. Mount Rushmore. We're going to start with the Mount Rushmore, and then we'll talk a little NBA draft on the other side. Before we do that, you got a quick word, PFT?
Before we get to Russillo, I want to talk to you about Coors Light. You guys have heard us talk about Coors Light nonstop because we drink it all the time. It's the best beer in the entire world. The mountains turn blue when they get cold. Summer is full of official events like weddings, graduations, and annual 4th of July barbecues. Everyone knows the best parts of summer are the unofficial ones. This summer, Coors Light is the official beer of everything unofficial, celebrating those moments that make summer truly chill. What summer activities or unofficial moments would be enhanced with a Coors Light? Hank.
Jumping off a bridge.
Into water and landing safely with a Coors Light in your hand. I agree. Coors Light is the best beer, the official beer of jumping off bridges safely. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and the cans turn blue when your beer is cold. We love it when you guys send us your blue mountains. The mountains are bluer this year. Even Bubba can see that. Keep sending us those mountains. I love them. I love the tweets that we get with the pictures of the Coors Light in them. That way you always know when it's time to chill. And summer chill starts with Coors Light. Make the most of your summer with a chance to win exclusive chill merch, fun local experiences, even a trip to New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles. Enter to win at CoorsLight.com/take. CoorsLight.com/take. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 8/15/22. Game ends 9/16/22. 50 USDC. 21 and over only. Void where prohibited. For rules, visit CoorsLightSummer.com. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Now here is Ryen Russillo.
Okay, we now welcome on our very good friend, Ryen Russillo. We haven't talked to him since the NBA. Well, we actually had you on for Firefest for Chris Paul. Have you gotten over that? We're going to do a Mount Rushmore. We're going to talk some NBA draft, but let's start with Chris Paul. Have you gotten over it, and why haven't you shown anyone my gift to you?
You know what? I meant to tweet that out, but I wanted the fathers to have their day. I didn't want to make it about our relationship, so I should tweet out the gift that Big Cat was very thoughtful in sending me. And the thing is, I know the truth. This is like X-Files over here. I know the truth. I've been over the Chris Paul thing. I'm good to go. I can't wait. Suns in 6 next season.
Yeah, there was a moment where I was like, this is really hurting him because he knows that like it's over for Chris Paul. It's over. He's just a choker forever. We were right, you were wrong. We know ball, you don't. Like that's just a fact.
Yeah. I actually think I'm going to come visit and play in that pickup game and just take out all the aggression on you because I've been watching some of those clips and I was like, I'm going to get hurt playing in that game. But yeah, because that's like the kind of aggression you can get away with. Like if you and I just started tackling each other in the middle of the hallway, like I don't know if that would go over well for anybody involved. But yeah, I mean, it was dark. That Sunday pod with Bill sucked so bad. It was awful. And it was kind of like, hey, come on. And then it's like, well, what kind of content do you want? You want me to like repent? You know,
yes.
Like it didn't make a ton of sense to me. And I'm not repenting. Fuck everybody. And I'm not worried about it. If they could just bring in another combo guard and maybe lighten the load on the guy so he doesn't have to max out during the season, maybe we get through COVID. I don't know. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I feel great about Chris Paul. I'm not worried about it. But, look, here's the thing. Like, somebody at the gym the other day asked me, like, what happens when you forget what set you're on or how many reps? I'm like, well, I just do what I originally thought I was supposed to do, because if it means I'm just doing more, the punishment is the reward, really. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The punishment is just more reps. So that's not really punishment. That's a reward. And I try to live my life that way. So when I think about Chris Paul and how I felt after that, I go, this is actually a reward. This kind of pain, you can't sign up for this. You can't feel this just generically. You have to feel it organically. And I've never been better. I'm on a fucking roller coaster that only goes up.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it in that way, you're not wrong. You just haven't
I know.
been.
Thanks, though.
Well, I'm saying you're not wrong about Chris Paul. You're just not right yet.
Exactly. It's kind of like the Wiggins thing that happened. It's the reverse of that, is where Wiggins
I've
wins
always
the title.
said that Wiggins just needs to be in the right situation.
He just needs to play
and
with
he'll
two
be
of the
elite.
best shooters of all time.
I said that.
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't wait for the next first number 1 overall pick who then gets maxed out, who's super disappointing for 8 years. You just go, dude, Wiggins, fourth option,
Wiggins.
2022. You remember that?
Last Chris Paul question. Will you celebrate it when he eventually does win a Big 3 championship?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be there. I'm going to go. Yeah.
Okay, because
I'll
that's
go.
going to happen. He'll win one there.
Do you know how good he's going to be in that league? They're going to ask him to leave it.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah.
He's going to be incredible in that league.
I think he's going to be an outstanding head coach one day. I think that's when you're going to be right about Chris Paul.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I don't know if he would have the patience for it. That's why I always think the Rondo thing is so funny, because people are like, oh, he's going to be an amazing coach. I'm like, I would never dispute like how smart everybody that I've ever talked to is like, he is so smart. He is so smart. Like, seems like he doesn't get along with a ton of people all the time. Like, that's also part of it too. So I don't know if Paul will do that.
I mean, you're just kind of bearing Chris Paul now. It sounds like you don't really love him that much.
No, it's kind of
he's
like
impatient.
No,
he doesn't get along with his teammates.
Nope. That's not what it is. It's the Phil Jackson Kobe lesson, where finally Phil Jackson had to pull Kobe aside. He goes, you got to stop thinking that these guys have a level that matches your level. Like your 7 is their 10, and they don't understand that there's an 11. They don't understand it. So you can keep holding these guys to a standard that they're never ever going to meet, because they're never going, like, whatever your next level is, they don't even comprehend that that's possible. So you can be mad and hold them to the standard that they'll never reach, or you can just fucking accept it and move on and just live a little bit easier. And I don't think the best players, I don't actually think the best players, especially guys that are intense, that demand everything of everybody else, I don't know if those guys are the best coaches. By the way, Chris Paul's already banked $300 million career.
That's a win.
Yeah, he might buy a team.
Yeah, that's true. Get that out there in the universe. Okay, let's do the Mount Rushmore, and then we're going to talk draft. This is the first Mount Rushmore of the season. We thought it would be perfect to have you on. We were sitting around discussing what we were going to do. We're like, oh, Russillo just bought a boat. Why don't we do Mount Rushmore of midlife crisis moves? And then we realized we had already done that with you 4 years ago. So We're going to do something different. I like this one a lot. It's going to be the Mount Rushmore of things you'll never do. So it's just things that you, in your head, you're like, yep, I'm never going to do that. That's not for me. And we have this year we're spicing it up, because I think we're in our 6th season of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
sixth season of Mount Rushmore.
2016 it started.
Yeah, so we're doing teams. So
Started on your show.
Yeah,
no, we invented Mount Rushmore.
We invented it.
They didn't even have a monument to presidents before
Yeah.
we started Pardon My Take.
Yeah, that's a fact. So we're doing teams.
I like when
this
people
year.
do them and they put a 5th guy on.
Well, that's Magic.
Yeah, Magic did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic and it was nice that he did that, because it made me think, like, why are we?
Magic also went on Get Up for a week and forgot every single CBA rule. But anyway,
That's Magic. Okay, so we're doing teams. So it's PFT and I versus Hank, Liam, and Jake versus you. So it's Team Mount Rushmore this year. We're trying to do something a little different. We were gonna have it.
Wow.
Yeah, we were gonna
Good
have it
fantasy
be
draft.
We were gonna have it be Jake and someone else who's not here right now. So we had to do a little on the fly. There's a 3-man team that we're going up against.
Somebody die?
Yeah, somebody is no longer with us.
Their
right
work
now.
ethic did.
Some guy that can't really bench that much, who
Yeah.
will remain nameless.
Mm-hmm.
You mean he like rounds up to motivate himself or lie to the public and then talks about somehow using 2.5-pound plates that nobody ever uses unless you're like doing Olympic stuff?
Hypothetically,
That guy.
that's
yeah.
the guy. Yeah,
That sounds familiar. Okay. So
do you want him? Actually, like, honest question. Do you want Billy?
No, I don't.
I'm not even asking for a trade.
I know the timeline of events. I know everything. I read 30% of what he posted the other day because I do really like him, but he doesn't get it. I can already tell. You don't get it. Like I was talking to, it came up in conversation. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And it would be like me being a sophomore at UVM and then spending my summers working on Pardon the Interruption, and then graduating and Pardon the Interruption being like, "Do you want to be the guy?" And then at 23 being like, "Fuck, this is hard." And you're like, actually, you were part of early 2000s when the show started, which is a couple years after I graduated. Like, to then think, man, like, I don't know. I love the kid, but I don't think he truly understands how amazing his opportunity has pivoted into had this important, like, number one sports podcast platform. It's unbelievable. But I don't know that you can be that young and fully appreciate it. And I don't think he does. That's my opinion.
The funny thing is, like, Billy will listen to this and he'll buy in after hearing you say it.
Yeah.
Because he respects it. He respects your mass.
I don't know that you can understand it until you're older. So I'm not even being critical of him. You know what I mean? It's like the whole point of getting older is that, we already were 23, right? Mm-hmm. When you've only been 23, that's why old people hate young people at work. Guys that are in their 20s that think that all the people that are 40 in the corner offices, you work in finance, they respect you. They can't stand you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most of them think your fucking ideas suck, and they're mad that you don't stay hungover for 3 days, and that there's some hostess at some new Mexican place that likes you, and he's frustrated and hasn't had sex in 3 months.
I love that.
So a lot of those guys don't like you because they also realize, like, they already did it. They did it at 23. They did it at 24. They get a bunch of years. So I'm certainly, I love the kid, but I don't know that he truly understands the rocket ship that he got a ticket to that almost nobody else did. And I think it's hard to process it unless, like, he hasn't experienced anything else. He's making, I think, more money than I did right his first year out of college. He's making more money than I made at 31 in my second year at ESPN.
Yeah, easily.
I love your hyper specific examples too. Yes. You could have gone with like Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
But you said New Mexican. That's where you're the best. That's what you learn in your 30s to tack on those details.
Yeah, because when it's a new Mexican hotspot, everybody's going.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta try it. Have to try it. Okay, so let's do it. Let's hop into it. Ryan,
that was a lot of stuff. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I really do think it's good if Billy hears it from someone else besides us, because God knows he's tuned us out. So.
Well, imagine me a couple years out of school. I'm making good money, and I'm on Pardon the Interruption, and I'm telling Tony Kornheiser that he doesn't fully get it.
Yes, that's exactly. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's like 2001, and you're like, Mike and Tony probably only have a couple years left, so
yeah. So this is gonna all be mine. All I got to do is maybe show up to work every other day. Okay,
Tony, I get that you're sort of an observational guy, but have you ever thought of maybe tweaking your approach a bit?
Maybe doing some TikToks, Tony.
Yes. Okay, so why don't you start? Why don't you kick us off? Hank, would your team like to go second?
Sure.
Or would you like to go third? It's a snake draft.
Let's go second.
Okay, we will go third, PFT and I. Hank is super salty, Ryan. I don't know if you can pick up that from this whole experience.
What do you think about Team Mount Rushmore's, Ryan, in general?
I don't even know what we're doing. I'm barely on, so I'm not 100%. Like, what does somebody win? What do I win? Or what is somebody who goes, I like Russillo's Rushmore the most? What's the payoff?
Nothing.
This seems a bit like my fantasy golf idea, where I think that the entire tour, PGA could use this right now because it seems like they need a little juice, a little injection or something, where at the beginning of every PGA season, then you also have a draft of foursomes that are point totals, kind of like F1, which you guys used to watch, where instead of 2 drivers for each team, you have 4 golfers that represent a team, and then there's also a team element to the standings that doesn't really impact any of the other stuff that's happening, because it's not like in golf you're going to let somebody pass you. So that was something I always thought should happen, and now this sounds like a rant about golf, but I don't understand it, Hank. So I'm kind of with you. It could just be our Northeast ties and the fact I still haven't done that free cameo video for you.
Oh no,
that's true.
What happened?
I still think Ryan's trolling me. I actually forgot about that. But yeah,
can you explain?
I told him twice.
Well, I didn't know. Like, all right, so this is where I got confused.
Hank's a busy man,
Ryan,
right?
like, he's a great satirist. Like, he's very tongue in cheek.
What is he?
Satirist? What is it?
Yeah, got it.
When he was telling the story about doing cameos on the Life episode, I took him seriously. And then I thought he was being serious, but in hindsight, I was like, maybe he was just trolling. But my brother is a fan of Russillo, so I texted him afterwards, like, would you mind doing a video for my brother? Because he just told the story about doing it. And he was like, sure. And then it just never happened.
Oh, wow, Ryan.
And then I followed up and was like, hey, I owe you that video, my bad. And you were like, yeah, I actually don't think you're even serious. And I was like, no, I'll do it. And then didn't do it again.
Right. So why don't you just do it right now?
No, because I feel like it has to be intimate and I have to do it for the guy. Then I started thinking it'd be really funny to get all the facts wrong and then send it to Hank. Like 50 years of marriage, man.
Oh, this was for his wedding and you missed it?
I think it was it originally for the wedding videos?
I think it was, no. It was after.
That's bad.
Okay. All right. So,
it's because Big Cat and I don't like Cameo because they harass us so much.
Yes.
And then Cameo DM me, like the Cameo site itself was like, all my dad wants is a Father's Day from you on Cameo. I'm like, no, you don't. You just want to sign up and make the commission. Like, your dad doesn't care.
Wait, so when you told that story, though, were you joking or not?
I'd say I haven't come through. I've let some people down on that front, but I'm going to do one for you. But just think about the buildup. This is going to be amazing because they're hard to get, apparently. They're harder to get than I initially thought.
I like the idea of us starting our own Cameo, but just guests that we have on this show, and then we can sell them for like 5 times the asking price if they're actually included in an episode of Pardon My Take.
Yeah, it's like, hey, here's like 10 names. If you can just shout them out real quick in the middle of the episode.
Just give a Cameo.
Chris Long does not get enough credit for immediately realizing what Cameo is good for, where he had LeGarrette Blount do a happy birthday to someone's iguana. And it was like way before anybody was doing the fake ones. So anyway, we just gave them enough pub for 2 guys that seem to resist all the time. All right, so teams, I don't get it. Should I just go first?
Yeah, no, the teams are very easy to understand. We've been doing Mount Rushmore for 5 years. We've all been separate. We thought we'd do something a little different, so it's the same thing. There's 3 teams. It used to be 3 people. It's 3 teams. There's PFT and I are going to have 4 picks. Hank and his crew are going to have 4 picks. You're going to have 4 picks. Very simple. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So the premise is things that you've kind of just come to grips with, like, I'm probably never doing that. But the thing is you may throw one out where I'll just use an example here. If someone said, I'll probably never go to the moon. You don't know that. Mm-hmm. You don't know that.
No, you don't.
Space travel 15 years from now, you guys might be doing reads for that kind of shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
but it's just things you're never going to do. You just never, no matter what, it's never going to happen. Go.
If I don't get married, I'm probably not going to adopt anybody because I would just feel that was weird.
Adopt a kid?
Yeah, just as a guy.
Like a solo.
Okay, that was we just jumped right in the deep end.
What if there's a kid that's playing like at your local high school and he's really big and talented and you're
he's
like,
hey,
hey,
16.
He's 16 and you're like, hey, I want to adopt you so I can make some money off you afterwards.
I would hope at that point I have enough money that I wouldn't be thinking about the financial motivation, but I would just think it's going to be received poorly if I showed up to an adoption agency just being like, look, I sort of let life pass me by, I'm doing pretty well, got a good setup, got a boat, but like, do you have any 12-year-olds
we can borrow for a second?
Wait,
I don't.
Ryan, you realize that you went on a rant like 12 months ago saying that you wanted to adopt Chris Paul.
Yeah, but he's older and has his own money. He seems a little more independent. I just don't think anybody's going to sign off on it. They're going to be like, wait, what's this guy's deal? Like, I'm not saying like I wouldn't want to improve somebody's life, but I don't know. I don't know that I'll get to a point where I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody would sign off on it.
I guess my question on that end would be what would have been
hoops?
What would have been in it for Chris had you adopted him? What would you have brought to the table as a father figure?
Unconditional love.
Love it. That's true. I mean, we've seen it time and time again.
I mean,
okay.
Seriously. Was that too heavy? I just thought
great. No, it's good.
No, that was great.
Adopting a child as a single guy. Probably not for not for everyone.
I don't think anybody's doing. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to go like, yeah, great idea.
Yeah. No, that's a great pick. All right, so Hank, your second pick. Or the first pick, your second pick of the draft.
Look, married, if I get married, complicate, totally different thing. Different thing. I just want to put that out there. This is not you never know, man. Stuff gets turned into it. Like, Russillo also anti-adoption. You're like, that's not what I said.
Well, you are a big tax guy. I'm sure the write-offs would be nice.
All right, our second pick.
Wait, Ryan, are you fertile?
I love this
Have you
show.
had your swimmers checked out?
Ooh.
Well, it hasn't been a huge priority. I've had a few people lie about it. Maybe that's why I don't have any kids.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, you're younger and somebody older from the gym is a fitness instructor, and you're like, yeah, man, what's up? And then all of a sudden she lies to you about having a kid coming just to fuck with you for a little while to see how you react. Right as you're getting ready to pack up for senior year, like, there's some trauma maybe that I haven't worked through there. I'm like, well, hey, look, let me just finish up. I got like 12 more credits to go, and then I'll come back. I'll get us a place. Like, we'll have to rent maybe year round. Like, I probably work construction with my dad a little bit, but then I'm gonna have to move to the mainland. If that's cool, that's worked out. And then it's like, oh no, I'm not really pregnant. Wait, are we still taping this?
All right, Hank, your first pick.
Our first pick. When I was Billy's age, I also had a rocky road with my employmentship a little bit. I always thought I was going to get fired. I kind of did once, and I always had this in the back of my head. I'm 29 now. I've just accepted it's never happening. I will never graduate college.
Wow, non-graduate in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, what, half of your team is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liam, I think, has like a year left. Like, I think he could probably get it together if he really had to.
I tried to do one online class and failed it miserably and was like, I'm never going to try that again. So,
Yeah.
no, I will never graduate college as well.
What about an honorary degree,
I have
though,
like
Hank?
3.5 years that I feel like have to do.
No, but I feel like if you do become president one day, you will get an honorary degree from somebody.
Yeah, I guess that's in the cards.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that's
can we
not
back
really
up?
graduating.
Yeah.
Yes.
I apologize for not knowing the full scope of the story, but like, how many semesters were you
I
wherever
did
you were?
2 semesters at Southern New Hampshire, but in both semesters I dropped a class, so I was taking like the minimum amount of classes, so like 3 credits. So I think I have 6 credits. And then I did a 1-year film program that was just focused on like video stuff, so not really college
all right.
credit.
Okay.
And that's how I got into that, and then I started interning at Barstool.
And the
But
first
like the film, it was like a 1-year program. Like, I don't think those would be college credits.
and the first day of Hank's job at Barstool, he had maybe fabricated a little bit on his resume and showed up. It was the day that we did the combine with Todd McShay, and Gaz was like, "So you ready to do this shoot?" And Hank was like, I don't know how like any of this stuff is gonna work." And then we kidnapped Todd McShay for like 4 hours. And I remember Todd McShay turned to us at the end, and he was like, because we said like, "Oh, we want to do like mini golf with SVP," and he was like, "If you guys ever thought you could run this operation with SVP, he would walk out of here 10 minutes in. Like, this is a clown show." And we're like, "Yep, that's true."
I was basically told to come like help edit it, and I showed up. They're like, "All right, what are we gonna do? What are we doing with these cameras? Like, where are we doing stuff?" And I was just like,
What shots you want? Camera 1, camera 2. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I mean,
But
so
then
wait,
I used to, Dave, I was like, I had a rocky couple years where I was like constantly on the ropes every day. I was like, I think I might get fired. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen? And I was always like, oh, I'll just go back to school. Like, I'll be a 22-year-old sophomore. It'll be sick.
Yeah. So
Probably not going to do that.
yeah,
now.
not going to do it. That's fine.
So me and Big Cat took this a little bit differently because it's both of us agreeing on. We had to throw out certain things
That's fine.
on
Yeah.
our list
Yeah, it's not
that
whatever.
we knew the other person might have a chance at doing.
Yeah, like I said, like,
Oh,
should
see,
we?
that's not how we're doing it.
Yeah,
'cause
see, PFT and I collaborated.
It's a team.
because it's a team, and I was like, should we put like dunking a basketball? And PFT was like, I might dunk a basketball someday. And then PFT
close.
threw out there getting drafted by a professional sports team. I was like, dude, you're a kicker. Don't rule that out. So we came up with 4 that we really combined are never going to do. So you want to start with our first one? I'll do second.
Yeah, sure. First one is run a marathon. Mm-hmm. Never going to run a marathon.
Ever. It's just never going to happen.
I almost became the first person in history to run a half marathon, never tell anyone about it. But then, like 3 days into training, my back kind of hurt, so I stopped training for it.
What if it was someone's dying wish?
Nope.
Nope, not going
never.
to do it. A
Never gonna
marathon
do
is
it.
insane to do. It's nuts. It's so boring in the first place. It's like, what,
it's so boring.
5 hours to run this thing?
What if you're on a tandem
That's
bicycle?
called walking. But
Yeah. And it's also like one of those things where I think in your 20s, you have that idea of like, yeah, maybe someday I'll run a marathon. And then you just kind of wake up and you're like, wait, 99% of us are like, no, there's nothing you could do to get me to run a marathon.
The only upside I can think of to running a marathon is that afterwards you get to eat whatever the fuck you want.
And before.
And
Carbo
right
loading.
before,
Yeah,
the
carbo
night
loading.
before, and then right after the marathon, here's my problem. If I ever did run a marathon, I guarantee you I would get fat as shit right after because I'd still have the mentality, oh, I just ran 26 miles.
Yeah.
I can do whatever. And over the course of the next month, I put on 50 pounds.
And you're a douchebag if you run a marathon. Let's just be honest.
You can just buy the sticker for free.
Yeah, you could just work out like a normal person.
Yeah. Well, The marathon thing's interesting because I too find it so boring. The training's boring. I ran long distance for 1 year in high school just because I was like, I'll do this. And it just, I was like, to get better, I just have to run longer to get better at this distance. I'm with you, man. And the thing is, it sucks because if you train, you have to tell everybody.
Yeah.
What's the longest distance you can run and still be a normal person? I think it's 6 miles.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, but the training, you're right. You have to tell everyone. All right, our second pick.
See, I love the team thing because Hank and I could have just picked I make a video for Hank's brother. That'll be something I never do.
All right, second pick. This is another one where it's similar to marathon. It's just like there's 1% of the population that does this, and the 99% of us that are normal people will never do it. It's own a snake. I will never own a snake.
I like that one.
People who own snakes,
good stuff.
Fucking weirdos. Again, I will never, ever, ever in a million years own a snake. PFT agreed. That was a firm yes for us. Just like that, I can't possibly, because like this is a thing where you have to like run through the scenarios in your head. Like, could my kid be like, I'm big into snakes? No, you're not. You're not.
We're not having a snake in our house.
Yeah, right. Like, there's nothing that would ever get me to own a snake.
The only thing that is a possibility in the snake, and this was a much bigger likelihood like a week ago, if somebody who will not be named had a snake and then died and left us the snake in the will.
No.
I would just,
I'd kill the snake and put it in the casket. No question about it.
I wouldn't even kill the snake. I just put it in the casket alive.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It always ends up being a problem. We had a roommate, in a house that we lived in, had a snake. It was fun. Party favors. Guys smoked pot, and then, girls would walk around with it, which was kind of cool a little bit. But then it disappeared, and we found it dead in a VCR slot, So
yeah. Don't own a snake. All right. Team Hank is
back
up.
How hard it is? You know how hard it is to take a dead snake out of a VCR?
It's got to be.
Can't be easy.
Yeah. And there's also there's a lot of people listening right now. They're like, what were those 3 letters he said? VCR? All right, go ahead, Hank.
I'm gonna pass the baton to our darling.
Okay.
So I had marathon as my 1-1 as well. So you guys got me good.
Good board.
This next one, it could happen, but it would be shucks, reverse jinx, win the lottery.
Oh.
Okay.
Like, that would be a shame if I'm wrong about this.
Or 50-50.
Yeah, see, I am going to win the lottery at some point.
Yeah, I don't understand why you'd even go with that one. Are you playing regularly? Why would you ever limit yourself? Why would you?
Because every time you think you're going to win, it's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, the odds aren't great, accurate, but I don't. There's nothing that you've done or will continue to do. I mean, I guess if you don't buy tickets, then you've sealed it. But that one seems. I don't know. That seems more on you.
It's dicey.
Yeah,
and
that's your luck, not mine.
I don't even blame Jake for that pick. I blame Hank for that pick for not letting Jake run a marathon 1-1 overall.
Yeah.
That's bad
Team
captainship.
Hank is in shambles. I love this. All right.
We haven't voted yet. You guys aren't the voters.
Yeah, no, but Team Hank is in shambles. I can see it on Hank's
It's not
face.
Team Hank. It's where it's just
it's Team Hank.
all the 4 of us. I gave memes a vote as well.
I will win the lottery. I won the lottery being with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also lottery, you don't have to
The
win.
Mount Rushmore lottery?
Yeah.
You can still say like I won the lottery if you get one of the secondary prizes.
Yeah.
You only win like a couple
if you
mil.
win, wait, isn't winning a scratch ticket?
Kind of.
Yeah, that's winning the lottery.
Yeah.
That money comes from the lottery.
Yeah, $20 scratch ticket, get $5 back. That's winning the lottery.
I actually have scratch tickets that I need to turn in that I never did. Like, you have to mail them in. I just never did.
Okay.
That's how
Good
they get
side
you.
note
It's been
there.
like 3 years.
For what?
I just remembered that. No, I just remembered like if you get over like $600, you have to mail them in. And I just realized like 3 years ago during COVID, I did.
You won $600?
Yeah.
Never claimed it.
It's good for 3 years.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't know why I said that out loud. It just like hit me like a ton.
Yeah, that
of
doesn't
bricks.
make any sense because whenever the lottery goes up,
I
they
gotta
don't say
check,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, no one got the $10 million winner, but we'll give it 3 years before next week."
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know
yeah.
ever seen- yeah.
You're screwed. All right, you got 2 picks, Ryan.
Extreme feats of toughness. I just think none of this stuff's going to happen. Like when I watch the big wave surfers, I go, "That would be awesome." I got eaten up on a 5-footer. And it sucked. I hated it. You're like, oh, am I going to drown? You know you're not going to drown. I can't possibly imagine what it's like when it's really big because I'm not even that good. And I'll even say
You're
this.
gonna get better though. That like you could
No,
you
the
could
big
get
stuff?
there. Yeah.
The big
Nah,
stuff?
the big
No
stuff.
way.
Take a
Not
trip
gonna
to
happen.
Hawaii one day.
Now, lung exercises,
Good
like,
conditions.
Who the fuck am I kidding?
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. And then I'm just going to throw in two others that I think are under that umbrella. So this is still just one pick. But like whenever I was reading some story about this business transaction the other day where this guy was sort of a bully, but he was bullying the wrong guy, and the guy closed the door on him very much, Bronx Tale style, and was like, "Look, you want to get into this? We'll close the door and we're going to see who walks out." I love that idea. I don't think I'm ever going to have a chance in my life where I'm going to say that to somebody, because the other thing that would suck is what happens if you lose? What if you say that and then you get your ass kicked?
But
That's
it is
even worse.
badass. It is badass.
It's a badass thing to say, but like, where am I going to be where I get to actually do that? And I don't know why I would even want to. I guess it's just that element of wanting to test yourself and see where you're at. Because then I felt like I was getting really, really soft recently. Not, actual to the touch, but I just felt soft. And I started looking up like these extreme outdoor, like test yourself type things. And I was like looking at the itinerary of what it was. And I was like, I don't know, fucking Anthony Edwards is so much fun to watch right now. I'm like, I don't think I want to do any of these things. So I just, as I get a little bit older and shit hurts more and more, and I just don't think I'm all that tough, I just think any of the extreme acts of toughness, whether it's big wave surfing, MMA at an office, or just outdoor survivalist shit, and none of it's happening. I can buy a fire starter kit. I'm never fucking using it.
Yep. I like that pick because there's like, I'll see like videos on your Instagram of like Navy SEALs training, and it's like even just, that those guys have been training for 2 months, and just them crawling on a beach, I'm like, no, I'm out on that. Just that.
When I jump into the water when it's cold, I think about those guys in San Diego.
Yep.
And I go, yeah, it's a little chilly for you.
Yeah, right.
It's a little chilly for you jumping in. It's like, okay, how about get self-induced hypothermia rolling around in the sand in this water with logs for the next 2 straight days? How about you do that and then talk about how you want to kind of dip in slowly to the ocean? So I'm so annoyed with how soft I think deep down I really am, which I shouldn't admit.
Where do you stand on these adventure races? Ones where you go out and you just like climb over a bunch of walls. It's like a 3-mile course. Everybody always posts about those on social media. They're like,
I've done one.
I just accomplished the mud race.
Yeah, they're so easy. Like, they're not hard.
That's not extreme enough, right?
No. I want to. Is there a chance I can die? Mm-hmm. And I don't these obstacle courses with some mud and a rope. No.
Okay. Good pick. What's your next pick coming around?
Same Instagram deal. You'll see some picture like, that's amazing. And then I'll look on the map. I'm like, oh, the northern tip of Sri Lanka, that might be really interesting. And then I'll look at hotels of I got to start eliminating some of these places. I'm never fucking going there. I'm never going. So stop being enamored by some awesome post. There's some great places in the world. Antarctica just seems out for a million reasons.
Yep.
Throw the South Pole in there. I don't think Russia would be hot on Instagram right now. Be like, oh, Russillo went to Russia? Figures.
Yeah.
So, no, not doing that. I think there's parts of China I'm never going to see. So I've been to a bunch of places, but this whole idea of this grand adventure, and I actually finally live, like it's a little different when I was at Hartford and I'd start daydreaming about visiting all these places. I think you need to start coming up with like an elimination list of stop looking at places on Instagram where you're like, even this little village in Oslo, it's north of Oslo. I'm never going to fucking go there. Great picture, though. It looks like a nice little town.
Do you know what's funny? PFT and I had Antarctica on our list, and we kind of talked ourselves into maybe stumbling in there sometime.
How does that happen? Walk me through it.
You never know.
We never know.
So I could find myself in Argentina someday, right? And I might
totally reasonable.
I might go out. Listen, I came very close to going to Argentina twice in the last 5 years. And
that's good enough for me. That's why you can't put it on the list. So, it could happen.
Yeah, basically were in Argentina. Basically broken hand.
So many of my good friends went to Argentina, and I could have gone with them. And I could see myself, one night having a big steak dinner, drinking a little too much Argentinian wine, and then they're like, hey, we found this deal. You just take a boat, and it takes you to Antarctica for a day trip, and then you come back. And I could see myself getting talked into that and going on that trip. Now, it's not likely that it's going to happen, but it's not 100% not going to happen.
Yeah, we didn't cross it off.
It's not 100%. See, I like that. I mean, look, and Argentina loves kickers.
They do. Mm-hmm. They love short guys with shaggy hair that used to play soccer.
That do cocaine.
They love guys like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't pod from there a couple months.
Listen, I just think that if I can find myself within one late night of getting drunk and making a bad decision of doing that thing, then that is kind of off my list. And Argentina is close enough to Antarctica where I might end up there one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the whole exercise here. Maybe a little more complicated than we thought, but there's just a lot of things. Like I was going to put seamstress.
Well, that would
I'm
require.
probably never going to. I'm probably never going to learn how to sew. And I know they pushed it on us back in my day when we were 8th grade. You're like, you're going to need to know this stuff. You're like, probably not. Probably not.
It also requires sex change for the seamstress part.
Oh, the seam. Yeah. So what would that be?
Seamster? Seaman.
Yeah.
Did you guys just make that up?
You'll never be a seaman.
How about this? I'm probably never going to know how to sew really well.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. That's a good one.
It's an outdated skill. Maybe it's on the way back.
Yeah. All right, Hank. Team Hank.
Phantom thread.
This one is from Bubba, but I think it's something that everyone here can relate to. It's get another show on ESPN.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a good one.
That's very relatable in this room.
That's 100% never going to happen.
Yeah,
maybe everybody on this podcast.
I'm including you in that.
Damn,
yeah,
that's a great pick. That's a great pick. Okay,
Ryan, what would it take for you to go back to ESPN?
Support. I would never say never do it. I mean, it's still, but it would have to be like, hey, we actually, we know you're really good and we're psyched about it.
Yeah, I'll say never.
That's it. Never. Yeah. You can say never.
Yeah. Okay. PFT, you want to do our next pick? You want me to do?
I'll go. Our next one is move to St. Louis. It's just
never.
We tried to figure out this one city in the United States that we would just
this was it.
have no reason to move to.
I tried to do it today too, and granted, there's a lot that you're not going to. But all right, so let me stop interrupting because I want to know how you got to there.
We were actually threw it out there, and we're like, because we tossed around the LIV tour because it's hot in the streets, and we know that that's not a no for us forever. But then we were like combined it, and we're like, what if the LIV tour was headquartered in St. Louis, and they offered us $200 million each? Would we move there? And we're like, nah, I don't think so. Like if
that's bullshit.
No, I don't.
$200 million. I mean,
so.
I know the pod does well, but give me a break.
No,
Ryan,
in your 30s, you wouldn't move to St. Louis for $200 million a year.
That's a lie.
No,
that's a lie.
I just resigned for double that, Hank. I don't need the money anymore.
If they said Indianapolis, I'd be like, I'm in. But St. Louis, no thanks.
Yeah, name any other city. Detroit. Yeah, I go to Detroit.
Hartford.
Why not?
Yeah,
pizza.
Sure.
So you go to Hartford before you go to St. Louis.
Yes.
Yeah, pizza.
You got a beach nearby.
St. Louis has good food.
Yeah, they've got the pizza, which is like a Ritz cracker with
terrible.
ketchup and shredded mozzarella cheese on
Good
it.
sports town.
No. So yeah, we'd never move
Chris
to St.
Long
Louis.
likes St. Louis.
Well, he had to be in St. Louis.
Jason Tatum's from St. Louis.
Okay, and where does he live
He
now?
is? Isn't Beal?
Yeah.
Do those guys know each other?
All right, last one for us. We're never going to try heroin intentionally.
Yep. I'm never going to go to a dealer and be like, I feel like it's a smack day.
Yeah.
I had this one.
Yeah. So, but we're not unintentionally. We don't know, but intentionally, we're never going to try heroin.
You always hear about the horror stories, the reefer madness stuff. Where like, oh, a drug dealer laced your cheap drugs with a much more expensive drug, and that freaks you out a little bit. But like, who knows? Like somebody sprinkles something on something else that we try to buy. But intentionally,
I'm surprised.
No,
I'm surprised heroin isn't bigger in nursing homes where people are just like, "Fuck it."
Oh, dude,
I've
said if I turn 100 years old, I want to. Actually, now I'm talking myself out of the pick.
You're never doing that though.
If I turn 100, I wouldn't mind going out on a big batch.
Yeah. But we're never going to do it intentionally.
There was this sucks, but there was a regular who used to show up to one of the bars I worked at, and he was always a little off, and he would like dress up, and he eventually just opened up to us that he was a recreational heroin user, and that all the cliches, the stigmas are all bullshit. He's like, as long as you have it in check.
Yeah, that's a recreation. That doesn't seem like the correct sentence. Yeah.
He stopped showing up.
Yeah. So we're never doing it.
Never.
It's never going to do it. That's a good pick,
okay,
right?
good. That's good. This is like a PSA for everybody, too.
Never,
that's
ever.
on the fence.
Not even once.
Not even once. All right, Team Hank, last pick.
This is kind of similar to Ryan's Instagram travel destinations thing, but I was always loved watching these videos when I was a kid, and when I was younger, I was like, I'll definitely do this eventually. I don't know how, but I've kind of just accepted it's never going to happen. It's the wingsuit diving, like not parachuting, but the actual like jumping off the cliffs and like riding with the cliffs.
Yep.
You have to do like a million jumps. You have to become like a pro jumper.
Definitely going to hit a rock.
Yeah, like I'll
definitely hitting a.
I've never even gone
hits a rock
skydiving once.
Yeah.
I'll probably go skydiving at some point, maybe eventually, but I don't think the wingsuit will ever happen.
That's a good choice because I don't think they even let you wingsuit in a safe environment. Like nobody ever jumps off a cliff into a giant valley and then just pulls a parachute. They always have to like follow a river and go in between trees and rocks and shit. There's just no upside to it.
None.
I gotta say though, some of the footage on the wingsuit adventures, I think it's a bit like the mountain bike on the trail with the fisheye lens on the camera, where everybody goes, "Oh my God, would you do this?" Or like, "What's the light?" And then you go, "Yeah, a lot of that's the camera angle." So sometimes the wingsuit footage. Look, I'm just telling you, Hank, it might not be out of the realm of possibility because I think some of the wingsuit footage is shot from an angle that makes it look even more dangerous. Like when they're in some ravine between two mountain ranges and they're just going through it. I think there's more space in there, so I wouldn't rule it out.
Do you guys, I know the guidelines have changed on Instagram, but I think it used to be that like there was a thing that said like, do you want to view this like someone died? Would you guys watch it? Or is that just me?
I've seen crash videos.
Yeah.
I would watch it.
Yeah, I watch those every time. It almost like
I don't when somebody sends me somebody fucking themselves up at the gym, I hate it.
Oh, I love
hate
it.
I skip all of them. I don't like watching any
And like
so
rock climbing with the ropes, not without the ropes, but like rock climbing when they like fall off.
Yeah, I
and
love that
smash
shit.
into the side.
Oh, the best.
You love that?
Oh, I love it. Because I know I'm never going to be in that spot.
That's another good one. I wouldn't mind buying some rock climbing equipment. Doubt I'm going to do it, and I'm definitely not going to free solo. I'm just too big.
Free soloing is insane. Like nobody retires gracefully from free soloing.
No.
You just have to keep finding a more dangerous rock to climb until you fall off.
Yeah, they're like it's like wrestlers and porn stars. They're just no old free soloers.
I don't know. I think porn stars outlive a lot of the free soloers.
Yeah, that might be true. Yeah, see what's the most dangerous profession. All right, your last pick.
My last pick?
Yeah.
All right. I had a few more options here. I think joining Chris Long and Kilimanjaro's out.
Yep.
I can't say
I want to do it,
but yeah.
I probably shouldn't say it's out. He's asked us to do it numerous times. I've said, yeah, that's amazing. And then I see some of the other guys that make it, and I go, I think I'm good, but like everything fucking hurts all the time, and I can only imagine like waking up the second day going, you have to go. You can't not go. But God, this is a lot. I think it's a lot harder than he leads on. But then sometimes I'll think about some of the people that make it. I go, I should be able to make it if that person makes it. But we've had this Kilimanjaro joke going on with Long for like 5 or 6 years. The Water Boys organization, shout out, donate. I don't think I'm probably ever doing that.
No. I mean, I keep saying I'm going to, but I'm not. Let's be honest. Hopefully he doesn't listen to this part of the show.
I think after you have a kid, too, you can't do stuff like recreationally, I might die. You know? Like, there's a chance that I would die on Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
I don't think you would. I think it's just this could fall under some of the other ones we've already hit, but this one's so specific because of the personal relationship. I've hosted the Water Boys event twice, and then you always end being like, it's like LeBron when he was at the dunk contest that one year and announced that he'd be in the next one, then decided he didn't want to do it. I think I've done that twice. I'd be like, and we'll be, you know what? And here's $1,000, and I'm going next year. And then you realize like, how expensive are the tents? Oh, it's 9 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a trade deadline. Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah. If Kilimanjaro was like maybe a day
weekend?
and a half. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd be in. If it was like, 5 hours of hiking and then maybe 3 hours of hiking, I'm in. But yeah, way too long. All right. What did we miss? Anything else? Anyone else want to, anything? I thought about throwing on Never Gonna Be a Car Guy. But I hope someday I will be. But that does seem like something either you have or you don't.
Run for president. It's probably, or get elected president.
Get elected, run is,
anyone can run.
Yeah.
But getting elected president, I feel like there's too much bad tape of us out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just an endless supply of opposition research on it.
Yeah.
I think there's been a lot of evidence that some other people who have been elected aren't the sweetest. Mm-hmm. So, a couple bad takes here or there.
Joe Biden, you're talking about Biden?
Yeah.
What did you think about the bike accident?
Careful.
I think exercise is great for everybody.
Yeah, there you go. I don't think I'm ever going to streak at a game.
Good.
Right. No one wants to see it. Why would I do it? Like, I don't.
Were you ever thinking, like,
No.
Did this grow from a 10% Wait, what? Did it grow from 10% to 0%?
No, but like, when you're in your like 20s, you could, if you're dumb enough and you get, like all
Drunk
your
enough,
buddies get talked into it, like, oh yeah, like one of us has to do it. Like that just would be a no forever.
I also think streaking, it just gets tossed out there all the time for any idiot that's on the field.
That's true.
We need to bring the original definite, like, unless you're naked, you're not a streaker, right?
Correct.
You're just a trespasser.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like people have opened up. I don't know how it's happened, but like the whole thing in the beginning of like, hey, never show the people doing it. I feel like we're getting to see more of it. Maybe it's because people started chaining themselves to the baskets or trying to glue themselves to the court. But yeah, I think there's like a really weird. We've sort of pivoted into showing a little bit more of this stuff. So if that means more people doing stuff, I know it's I don't know. I'm just entertained by it, which I know is maybe bad to admit.
The last thing I had was learn a new language. Not going to do it.
No, I think you'll want to do that when you get a little bit older. Apparently, It helps you with Alzheimer's.
Okay, so I'm not going to do it still. So what?
Well, you enjoy Alzheimer's then, dude.
Yeah, that's true. But I think I would rather have Alzheimer's than learn a new language.
You really don't think you'll ever learn anything else?
Not a new language. Like fluent in a new language would take so much. I don't go back to school. Hank already had that pick. He's not getting his college degree.
Fuck no.
Like, could you imagine sitting down and trying to learn an entirely new language?
What languages do you know?
I could barely do English.
What's your love language, though?
What about sign language?
Sign language would be sick. That's so in right now after Coda.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like sign language. If you have somebody that comes into your life that's deaf, sign language it's on the table.
Shit, you're right. Okay, that's a good.
But
point.
That's why we didn't pick it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was a good leave off.
Yeah. You're right.
I had read the Bible cover to cover.
That's such a good pick. I'm never doing that.
Not going to do that
ever.
It is something that
Has anyone ever done it? Has anyone ever read it cover to cover? Or
No
they
one.
just memorize a couple phrases.
Not even the popes have done it. They're just like, okay,
That's what I think.
We know the 10 Commandments, and that's about it. That's really all you need to know.
Yeah, and by the way, like font size, like
a lot of plot holes if you go through the full thing too.
True.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. True.
If you wrote that today, there'd be some producer would be like, I just don't.
A little unorganized.
The main characters are just not well rounded enough.
Could the bush explode instead of just kind of smolder for a while?
Some C4 in that.
Michael Bay does the Bible. I would watch that movie.
Yeah, the Bible, a Jerry Bruckheimer joint.
Yeah.
Oh, so wait a minute. So the men are all the strong characters?
Yeah. Does the Bible pass the Bechdel test?
Yeah. There's a lot of bad takes. There's a lot of takes.
There should be a Twitter account, Old Takes Exposed for the Bible.
Yeah.
Oh, big yikes, my guy.
Cancel.
This didn't age well. Yeah. Well, right. I mean, it was.
That's the point.
2,000 years ago.
Okay, that was a good Mount Rushmore. I feel good about that. I feel good about it.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't know.
You're always doubting yourself.
I'm always doubting the Mount Rushmores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After
the rest of the
giving
stuff I feel great about. Go
Jake
ahead,
the floor, I realized we will come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
Yeah, it's like a team thing. That's the whole point. Like PFT and I sat down 15 minutes, talked it through, took some things off, came to a consensus. I feel very strong about our 4. We're going to dominate this Mount Rushmore season.
Yeah, it's a super team.
Whatever, Hank.
All right, Hank, go do your meeting.
All right.
Ryan,
thanks, Hank.
I'll follow up about that video.
Yeah, follow up. We'll circle back about the video.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Per my email, can you reply with the video? It's a deliverable I need.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to Ryan in a second, but before we do, he's brought to you by Shopify. Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big business, so upstarts, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere. Synchronize online and in-person sales and effortlessly stay informed. Shopify offers online retailers a suite of services, including payments, marketing, shipping, customer engagement tools. Connect with your customers, drive sales, manage your day-to-day. Shopify instantly lets you accept all major payment methods. Shopify has thousands of integrations and third-party apps, from on-demand printing to accounting to advanced chatbots to and beyond. Go to shopify.com/take, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial. Get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business. Grow your business with Shopify. Go to shopify.com/take Ryen.com/take right now. Now, here's more Ryen Russillo.
Ryan, let's do.
I hope this email finds you well.
Let's do 15 minutes on the draft because you've crunched actually all the tape and you have real takes instead of us just throwing shit out there. Where do you want to start? Is Chet going to be one? I know you love Paolo. Which
I do. I'm a Paolo guy, which I think puts me in the minority. But there's some really weird stuff happening rumor-wise with it, which I'll just share. But I don't know how definitive any of the stuff is. I still think it's kind of funny that those of us from the outside will have these moments where like, oh, none of us saw that coming. Well, like, no shit. Like, there's stuff that we're just not going to know. But yeah, I watched the top probably 45 guys. I used to watch the top 70 guys, even though it's 60 picks, because I actually did the draft for 5 years. So I got sick of reading other people's scouting reports and just memorizing them. So I have synergy and I can sit and watch everybody anywhere that's played anywhere in the world that's on the radar. So when I went back through it, I've changed my mind a million times. If you're a Chet guy, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong because we haven't really seen what Chet could potentially be. The ceiling thing is a real thing. Like if you summed up the way he played at Gonzaga for a year, I'd say he did everything right. Like he never did the wrong thing. He always did the right thing. They ran the fourth most amount of plays for Chet. There were 3 guys getting more touches ahead of him. He was a center on defense. He was a guard on offense, and he played really well when he was off the ball too. He made good decisions. He can handle. He can shoot. It's incredible. He just looks different physically. And if I thought Chet was close with somebody else, where I said, you know what, evaluation right now, and I'm still a little worried about Chet's body, the shoulders, the back, the neck thing, that might be a tiebreaker for me. So that's why I feel like Paolo, I don't think there's any debate that Paolo's the best player of the 3 of he, Jabari, and Chet right now. But that's not what the job is. The job is to go star hunting. That's why certain teams will take absolutely like close your eyes, swing as hard as you can type of picks over an established guy that might be a rotation guy. It's like the Giannis thing. When Milwaukee took Giannis in the middle of the first round, I talked to him after. I was like, what did you see? And they went, you know what? He figured if he ever filled out and had like he had a chance physically to be a dominant player, and not only did he fill out, he added like 50 pounds of muscle and got taller and everything else, and then the rest of it came, and he had the perfect personality and demeanor to work hard and have all the success that he's had. So if somebody said I'm taking Chet because he projects like the best version of him projects to be better than Paolo and Jabari, I'm not going to tell them that they're wrong. There's been moments where I really like Jabari because it's 6'10" and his shooting over 40% from 3, and the fact that I still think he took a lot of bad shots because Auburn's guards were terrible. I think he'll be even a better shooter in the NBA, and I think he steps right in and kind of knows what he's doing defensively at a really high level, which is incredible for a guy that's as young as him. And physically, I think he holds up immediately. But he doesn't really initiate a lot of his own offense. It doesn't look like he's much of a ball handler. He wasn't really asked to do those things, but I never really saw it. Where I think of basketball today in the NBA, you kind of default to high pick and roll, and can you do 3 things? Can you dribble off of it? Can you pass off of it? Are you someone that still has to be defended on his shot making? And Paolo could get a little bit better on the shot making, get a little bit better on the rebounding. But I felt like Duke when they had moments where they absolutely needed him, and I would say like there's a 4-minute stretch towards the end of that Texas Tech game, not the last couple minutes because Roach took over, but there was like a 6 to maybe 2-minute stretch there, or 4, where Paolo just took over as a 6'10" playmaker dribbling off of high ball screens. And to me, that's what the game is, and that's fucking insane that he has that in him now, and those other 2 guys don't have it. So for me, I like Powell the most. If he went 3rd, I wouldn't tell the other two teams they're stupid because it's now and it's a projection, and it seems like everybody's projecting the other 2 guys to be more complete.
So
there you go.
If Chet doesn't fill out, is that really that significant of a knock on him? Because there's some skinny players in the NBA. Maybe nobody with his shoulder size, but you don't have to be muscle bound. You don't have to be jacked up to be a great NBA player.
No, but I mean, he's a year older than Jabari is, and he's 6 months older. So Chet's the oldest of the 3 guys. When I look at his dad looks like he's filled out. I mean, obviously most dads do look bigger than us, their dads, and then sometimes their dads are even bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
No, it's true. If you look at dads are sometimes bigger than their sons.
Okay.
Workaholics joke.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, okay, he has to, like, guys are going to fill out, right? Some people take a lot later than other people to fill out, right? But he gets his ass knocked around a decent amount at this size, and he did it. Like, I can look at Paolo and go, okay, watch his first half against Gonzaga when he hit 18 points. Like, you watch that first half, you go, wait, why are we debating this at all? Even if Chet's doing some really good stuff in there, he's not doing what Paolo's doing. Paolo's taking over games. And I still think Chet, like, you look at the conference that Gonzaga plays in and they win a million games and all that kind of stuff. It's not always the same thing. But then I was talking to an assistant GM the other day who was like, I was at this all-star practice thing where Chet was unbelievable. Like, he was getting frozen out by the other players, and who's this guy? He hadn't played in college yet. Everybody's talking about him being the number one guy. And he's like, he just went out there and blocked everybody's shot, like the entire showcase. So there's arguments, very, very strong arguments for all three guys.
So, all right, big picture, where does this draft rank overall, and where does the draft? I love whenever they're like, here's the cliff, because we know Jaden Ivey's obviously going to be, probably the fourth pick. Where's the cliff in this draft? And are there multiple cliffs where you're like, all right, top four, those are all possible all-stars, and then you're getting into rotation guys, and then it falls off a cliff?
Man, that's a tough one, because it's, every draft, like, it's crazy how many top 10 picks recently, like 2 years after they're taken to the top 10, they're on another team. Mm-hmm. Like, it's an incredible trend that's going on right now. And sometimes it's because you were drafted fourth, you have value in a trade somewhere else. But it like some of these drafts, you like see 7 of the top 10 picks already gone to their second team after only just a couple of years, like over 2 in less than 3 years. So everyone's talked up the Ivy. Like, does it end after those 3 guys? I think it ends after Ivy. I do think he's that good, but the St. Peter's game was so bad that there's still some stink on him from that one. But if you watch some of the under 19 international stuff that we saw with Chet last year when they went up against the French kid who'll be the number 1 pick next year, Jaden was really spectacular. And there's just something to be said about a guy that moves unlike everybody else. Like, they don't make a lot of people that move on a basketball court like Jaden Ivey. And when he's cutting off the ball, he's just faster than everybody else. He also looks bigger to me. But that second group, I would have Mathurin ahead of Keegan Murray. That's not some huge stretch. Most people I think do. I think the Dyson Daniels kid, the Australian, there's a bunch of Australian kids I actually like in this draft, but Dyson is this bigger guard, kind of combo guard who does everything except really shoot it well at this point. And he already plays good defense. There's that second, some people would have Johnny Davis in it. Some people have Duran, the Memphis kid, in there. Shaedon Sharp is an absolute mystery. The kid who was supposed to play at Kentucky. And the only thing I have on him is the EYBL. And I'm telling you right now, it's crazy. If I had to write one sentence on his scouting report, I'd be like, he plays like already older James Harden. He dribbles and dribbles, and then he takes these absurd threes, and it looks like it sucks to play with, but it actually goes in. Like, it goes in a lot. And you're thinking, all right, well, 6'6", if he can actually make these kinds of shots, you may have something, even if I don't like watching it. So I think that group kind of is a toss-up anywhere between 5 and 14, where I think there's a cutoff depending on if you like Malachi Branham more from Ohio State than, say, Abaji, who's a senior at Kansas. I like Malachi more, but I get that people feel like Abaji's the finished product is the 3-and-D guy, and he got to 40% from 3 this year. I know no one likes centers anymore, but I'd have to think Mark Williams has a decent role. And then Sohan from Baylor, who, I know you guys watch enough of it. He's just so different. Like, he's not going to score, really. He's not going to shoot, but he gets out there with his edge, his athleticism. He's, I think, 6'9", and he just impacts basketball games. I wouldn't call him Draymond Green, because Draymond's passing and vision is really pretty special, and that's, I think, what makes Draymond. But there are some elements to his game where he really, really impacts the game, which you kind of like when you're taking a guy with a lottery and you go, hey, he might get like 6 points a game. You think, okay, I'm really disappointed. But he's so unique in that, hey, get him out there, let him switch. I think he even played some center for Baylor this year. Let him get out there and run in transition. And he's got some attitude. He's got some confidence, and he's still a young guy. So it feels like after Ivy, where I'd have those top 4 guys in the first tier, there's an order that feels like it's pretty normal based on what the mocks are. But I think around that 14, 15, you're starting to see another cutoff to whatever the third tier is.
Okay.
With Johnny Davis, I can break some news here. If he's on the board at 10, the Wizards are taking him. How about that?
That's pretty good. Can you also break the news on what the fuck that Taco Bell ad is about?
Yeah, I was a little upset because they didn't do they're like Johnny Davis, and they didn't say from the University of Wisconsin. Would have been nice to get a little bit there, because we're not usually in the lottery. Would have been nice.
Who's your last lottery guy, Devin?
Frank and Sam.
Frank was 9? Yeah.
Frank and Sam were the last Badgers in the first round, right?
Yeah. Fuck, man. Why would you do that?
I forgot Frank was in the lottery.
Yeah. But Frank was in the lottery.
Yeah, it's Big Lotta. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated,
He's
right?
National Player of the Year. I don't know if you remember that, Ryan.
I do. I was rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
I was rooting for you guys that year.
Do you like
Tyus
Johnny
Jones.
Davis, though?
Here's what I love. I love the way he plays in that you could see that he's a football player out there. I love his rebounding, man. Like when the ball is up, that guy doesn't give a shit. He is going to go up there and he's going to end up with the ball more than you would think at his size. I don't love the shooting numbers, but he takes a lot of shots. There's no way anyone's going to ask him to take those in the NBA because, let's face it, that Wisconsin team wasn't that great.
Correct.
There's a reason why as soon as he was off the court, you were like, okay, where are the buckets coming from? So it felt like there were a lot of bad shots, but I don't know if those are because of his own, the way he sees the game, or it was like, well, me taking a bad shot and contested step back with two guys on me is still better than me getting it back to the guards and having them run whatever they want to run. So there's some mid-range stuff in him that are nice shots that he makes, but then there's also times where he gets caught in traffic and he's just kind of going up and trying to go up against these other guys. It gets contested. So I think the numbers can be a little misleading because I think he had to take a lot of bad shots, whether that was his own poor decision, also necessity of what that team was or wasn't. So I like that part of it. I can talk myself into it, but then when I think about like Mathurin and having a little bit more size and being a little bit more dynamic and shooting the basketball better, like that's where, again, I don't know that anybody has Johnny Davis ahead of Mathurin, but that's why I would always have Davis kind of behind some of these other dudes. Like Duran, the Memphis kid, is tough because there's times where I watched him where I felt like he wasn't making a huge impact, and other times where I felt like he was the most physically imposing player on the court in games that he was there. But then you're like, okay, am I drafting a backup 5 though, like in the top 10? And I think he's the youngest guy out of all of them. And I even, there's moments where I really like AJ Griffin from Duke, but he's been hurt twice in high school. He got hurt in the first year at Duke. The Duke group is a really weird group because it's a lot of guys that want the ball in their hands, and they still found a way to be a successful basketball team with so many different people having to kind of make sure they shared enough while also getting their own. And for AJ, he was stuck in the corner a lot, where I would have loved to have seen him have more time with the basketball and making more decisions because I think he had some of that in it. If AJ were healthier historically, maybe he's the 5th or 6th guy in this. Although I guess defensively, he didn't really wow anybody this year.
Yeah, I mean I like AJ Griffin. Johnny Davis, to me, I think he's going to be a good pro. He had his injury against Nebraska. He came back from that obviously and played in the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. He wasn't the same guy. Like his explosiveness wasn't there, and like you said, the team around him wasn't great, and he was swamped by people in the lane constantly. So I just think he's a smart kid he's gonna be good. I
think he's got some juice to him too.
Yeah.
Like there's a
never smiles.
Now, you would have a hard time believing that like Johnny Davis would be overwhelmed by any of it. He might be, from a size standpoint, just a little shorter than what you'd want, ideally. But just watching the way that guy rebounds and thinks he has a chance at every loose ball.
He's got dog in him.
Yeah, he's got some dog in him.
Who's got the most dog in him? Because that's kind of the hot new thing. Like, who's got that dog? If you were just drafting on dog alone.
Dog alone will be Mathurin.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about when he kind of maybe touched that cheerleader's breast?
I think the way that he handled it after the fact tells you he's ready for any kind of controversy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, true.
What about which Australian has the most dog in him? Dingo. Who's got the most dingo in him?
Yeah, that's a good call. Australians do love canines. Everybody knows that. Yes. Historically, it's big.
I mean, the way you described that one kid from Australia, he sounded like you're getting close to Ben Simmons territory. You're like, he's big, he can defend really well.
Yeah,
he's not great shooter, doesn't enjoy the rim.
Well, I don't know if he's a frauder yet, so like we'll hold off until we have the fraud confirmation.
But like, who's the Australian that?
Oh, cool. I like Ousmane Dieng.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you will. I think you're more of a Hugo Besson guy who'll be a second rounder. Hugo, New Zealand Breakers. Was watching a lot of Matt Walsh stuff yesterday and today. New Zealand has this kid named Ousmane Dieng who's actually French, who somebody down there had told me about a year ahead of time. And it's like, okay, all right, like when I get to it, I'll get to it. He's 6'10", and I think he just turned 19 in May. I heard he has a promise at the back end of the lottery. I don't think he's going to be there because he is legitimately 6'10". The shooting numbers aren't very good. The points per possession stuff, there's a lot of metric stuff in there that's just not that good. But he's already so good. Like he's not running the offense. He gets stuck in the corner a little bit. He had this kind of weird thing where he sat out. I don't know if it was because he got hurt or something in the middle of the season. So he has like these two distinct parts of his first season where he was a much better player in the second half of the season. He has this game against, I think it's the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, where he doesn't miss a shot for like almost the entire start of the game. And I don't know that he gets enough respect for like, it's okay, it's his size, he needs to get better at shooting and all this other stuff. But when he gets blitzed on the pick and roll, right? When he's pick and roll ball handler, and then, a lot of defenses will just set their thing and be like, let's just have two on the ball, screw him up, delay him, the whole thing. Because he's so big and he has the mind that works it, he's just like, oh, cool, two guys are with me. Let me just throw it over the top of you and then start kind of a 4-on-3 advantage behind you. And he kept doing it and getting it right over and over and over again. And he could also handle at that size, because I think he's one of those late growth spurt dudes, and he gets really low on the dribble. Now, if you say, oh, he gets to the pros and nobody lets him handle the basketball, which would be awful, because I think it's one of the parts of his game I like. It's hard to watch this kid at 6'10", this young, and make some of the shots he makes, make some of the passes he makes, and still have the handle and do some of the things on help defense and just kind of move where you're not like, wait, why isn't this guy a bigger deal? Because the first time I watched him, I think he was ranked in the 20s, and now I don't think he'll be there for where he's promised in the lottery.
Okay, I like that. All right, I have one last question about the lottery. The draft on Thursday night. It's the Roback question. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. RHOBACK.com. Q-Zips, hoodies, everything. Roback.com. Best clothes out there. Take for 20% off your first purchase. Give us the one person that you would put your reputation on. And now you don't have much of a reputation left because of the Chris Paul thing that we talked about. But if you did,
fair and accurate.
Yeah, if you did have a reputation, what would you stake it on in terms of like, this guy, he's going to be everything?
Like, do you remember the shit he was doing in that game?
Yeah.
And then Manic fouled him. It was kind of a bullshit play by him, knocked the shit out of him. I just think that Sohan's got some way that he's wired that he's going to impact games in a very unique. I think he's the kind of guy, if it goes right, that every team's like, shit, we need somebody like that. But it's also very risky for me to say, like, hey, I'm putting my reputation on this dude, because it's not like he has. If you had to describe him to somebody who's never watched him before, you'd be like, wait, what's the deal? I'm like, I didn't really score a ton, didn't really shoot it all that great. Like, God, I fucking love him.
And he's got cool hair. When he dyes the hair.
No, I've noticed that. A lot of different hairstyles there.
Yeah.
Is that a plus or is that a red flag?
If he's good, it's a huge plus. If he stinks, you'd be like, this guy's worried about his hair. Fucking should have known.
It is so funny whenever like Marcus Smart would dyed his hair green, and if he had a bad game, it's like, what are you doing, dude? It's something to point to. It's like fat relievers.
Yeah. If you're going to be bad, be quiet, right?
Right.
I mean, that's kind of the way it works. If you're loud and bad, it's way worse than when you just shut up and lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So who's the guy that you think?
Shut up and lose a good. Shut up and lose a good T-shirt.
Yeah, I like that. Might be a good book. Shut up and lose.
What about who's going to be the biggest bust of this draft?
Ooh, I like
Tell me
it.
who a bust is.
Yeah.
And I want this clip to be played on like TNT after games when they interview a player that just went off for like 29 points, and he's like, that interview with Ryen Russillo where he told me I was going to stink, that took me to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. I always like whenever I can help somebody reach their ceiling by doubting them before the draft. Because I mean, I think about it and we're like, people hate draft stuff the most because I think everyone wants to believe that everybody else that does it for a living is terrible, and then they're like, I watch a lot of games, I know who's good and bad, and then that's the guy that's never lost a bet in his life, and he's always telling you that he's always right, and all the draft experts are idiots. The draft thing is always like this really weird dynamic where people get really, really mad at draft people. Maybe more so than just other analysts in general. But then whenever I try to explain it to like my buddies who will go like, oh, Mel Kiper, McShay, your boy, they're the worst. Like they're so bad at it. I'm like, what? You're pointing out the times they made mistakes? I was like, half of us get divorced and then we have way more tape.
Yeah,
it's true.
You know?
Yeah, so
way more tape.
So I'm going to take Trevor Keels.
No, that's too late. He's too late in the draft, and I'm not sure. I mean,
but
I would say he kind of floated in and out of it.
Who's the bust?
I don't
give us a bust. Give us an 18-year-old that you wanted to just shit on.
Bust.
Yeah.
Right before the biggest moment of his life.
Fraud bust.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Jaden Hardy could get a little bit better as far as his decision making. It's pretty funny, but he might not even be enough on the radar. You know, a G League guy, his stock has gone down from where it was at the beginning of the year. The Shaden Sharp thing, I'll tell you right now, even though people are very enamored with the shooting ability, 6'6", and all that kind of stuff, to this point, it hasn't made a ton of sense to me. And when I watched the EYBL stuff, which again is limited compared to getting to watch him in college, which we didn't get the chance to see, even his answers to stuff, sometimes I'll be like, where is this guy's head at? Even though I get it, he's really, really young. But the stuff that I even saw that I had access to, I didn't really like. But I've made that mistake before. Like when I watched LaMelo stuff in Australia, I didn't really like it. And then he turned out to be an incredibly skilled player who was just better when he was around other better players and shot it even better than he was. It was almost like he was so bored and disrespectful of Australia that it was like, it was hard to watch him in those games and go, okay, this guy's going to be an awesome Rookie of the Year candidate. So, the Sharp part of it is a little weird for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he's Canadian though, like Wiggins.
Yep,
another home run of a draft.
They're
pick.
On the rise.
Yeah, Team Canada, man, look out.
All I want out of this draft is for the Nuggets to take Nikola Jovic. That's all I want.
He's good.
Yeah, and it would be great.
Psyched.
It would be great if we got everyone confused with that.
I want to just I can't wait to see what happens with Gabriel Procida.
Ooh.
He's one of my favorites. Lake Como, a place that I have screen grabbed on Instagram that I would not take on the Mount Rushmore things I'll never do because I could see that happening fairly soon. But this kid is awesome, man. 6'7", fucking dunks it on people, tries to throw it around his back. The older guys on his team get super mad at him because he's 18. He's way better than everybody else. And they'll yell at him. It's like dad's yelling at you about don't go around your back. And it's like, how about you catch it instead of getting mad at me about it? And then he like steals it. He hits threes. He actually is already selling the 3-point contact a little bit too much, which is just, I wish American refs understood what they're doing to the game globally, because there's some kid growing up in Yugoslavia right now just bailing on a 3-point shooter trying to get contact. And it's because the adults are messing it up, but that's a different podcast.
Yeah, we could do that.
Steph ruined basketball.
Yeah, he did. All right, well, Ryan, thank you as always. I'm excited for the draft. I thought we had a great Rushmore. And I love the shirt. We love the shirt.
Yeah, talk to me about the shirt. It says, I heart at Real Skip Bayless. You and I, we share a great deal of affinity for both Skip and Stephen A.
No, we don't. We don't share that. I don't like Skip. Everybody knows that.
Your shirt says you love him.
Shirt does.
You don't like him, you love him.
Yeah. No, I'm going to send this to you because it's cutting off the circulation of my arms. It's so small. But the thing is at ESPN, you guys don't understand. There would be all this leftover promotional stuff, and they would throw it in this radio conference room that no one ever used in the radio department. And so just scavengers, vultures, just being like, man, picking this up. Like all these, like, didn't I give you the Mike and Mike All-Star Weekend of Cincinnati? It was an old-timey baseball shirt.
It's small on me. I can only imagine what it looked like on you.
So I used to grab those, especially towards the end when I was kind of over it all, but still gave you effort for work. I want that on the record. But I would start like wearing the leftover giveaway shirts on the air during the simulcast. So I would have like, Mike and Mike the Weekend shirt, and I would wear it. I'd be like Mike and Mike the Mess when they went to Disney and like threw stuff at each other on an amusement park. And that was like a whole thing.
You're saying that and then, with like you're acting like it wasn't an iconic moment in radio history.
No, the reason why the Mike and Mike the Mess is funny, and I'm not like, good for them. They were very good at like the Disney part of it. But then one of the radio managers, I remember, came in and like Scott and I were getting ready for the show, and he was like, "Did you see the Mike and Mike the Mess? Did you see that? They went down to Disney and they did the obstacle course. They made a big mess. They made a big mess. They called it Mike and Mike the Mess. You remember? Did you see that?" And Van Pelt's like, "Yeah."
Did you?
Because we need something. We need your mess equivalent. We need something like that. And you guys think I'm tough. Scott was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." And the guy would be like, and it sucked for the manager because the manager was like, let me kick it around with the boys 15 minutes before they go live here. Like, do you guys have give me we need a little brainstorm session. We need you guys to come up with some sort of equivalent of Mike and Mike the Mess for the SVP show. And Scott was just like, yeah, I'm not flying to Disney and throwing fucking like Boston cream pies at Russillo and then calling it a show. Like, I'm not doing that.
I would have watched
and
that.
And then the guy'd be like, okay, good talk. You guys have a good show today. And then we wouldn't hear from anybody in a couple months. So, I don't know. That's why I always think that shirt was hilarious. And then I would kind of give them out to guys, but I've been hanging on to this I Love Skip Bayless one forever.
So we got to get
please,
PFT.
Please send it. I will absolutely love
I'll
that
send
shirt.
it to you.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. I was going to wear it on Cowherd's show one more time, and then maybe I'll let it go.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, Ryan, thank you as always. You're our favorite. We appreciate it. And please do share the Father's Day gift I gave to you because it cost me $300. So
it's not cheap, man.
Nope.
And yeah, we'll talk about it. I'll post it today.
Okay.
I'll actually post it today. We'll post it as soon as this pod is up. I'll then post it and the whole deal and whatever. So thank you so much for you guys having me on. You know I do really appreciate it. So we'll talk soon, all right?
All right. Good to see you, Ryan. Ryen Russillo is brought to you by Muggsy Jeans. Muggsies are the most comfortable men's jeans on the planet. That's a fact. They're the only jeans I wear. I've got like 7 pairs of Muggsies. If you see me in jeans, I'm wearing Muggsies. That's a promise. They're built with proprietary stretch denim. These jeans look stylish, but feel like you're wearing sweatpants. More room for your balls. No hugging your balls. They're never too baggy, never too skinny, always just right. Also, Muggsy just dropped 10 fresh new designs for their swim collection. They have inseams of 7 and 9 inches, no netting, form-fitting liner that hugs your thighs like an old friend. The super stretch fabric makes for a quicker drying surface. Use promo code TAKE for 10% off your entire order at Muggsy.com. Promo code TAKE, 10% off your entire order at Muggsy.com.
Okay, let's wrap up. We got guys on chicks. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey boys, my fiance and I were having very normal sex sesh last night when all of a sudden he stops mid-doggy and stands there in stunned silence. When I asked him what was wrong, he just said, "Look on the nightstand." On the nightstand there was what appeared to be our bottle of lube that we had been using. Upon further inspection, I realized that we had in fact been using a bottle of hand sanitizer that looked exactly like our lube bottle. Everything felt normal, and I washed myself thoroughly afterwards, but I need to know, am I going to be okay?
I think you'll be all right, but I don't know. Well, your vagina definitely does have coronavirus.
Well, I was going to say it might be the vaccine to coronavirus. Remember that article in Peak Corona when it was like bleach your asshole and you'll never get coronavirus?
Sun your asshole.
Sun your
right?
asshole. Oh, yeah. Sun your asshole. Yeah. Sit and sun your asshole. So that might be what's happening here. You just solved coronavirus.
Yeah, or you also may have just stumbled upon maybe the best form of birth control of all time. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not an obgyn. But
like
I do know...
You're never having kids.
I do know that... people always say, like, oh, if you douche with Coca-Cola afterwards, that's like an old wives' tale from way back in the day. You're not going to get pregnant. I'm like 99.9% sure that maybe Antonio Cromartie could do this, but most people's sperm cannot fight through hand sanitizer.
Yeah, Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon's just very open about, like...
Future.
How many... Didn't Nick Cannon have 4 kids, like, on the way?
He has like something like 6 kids within like 2 years of each other.
Yeah, right.
And
like
none of them have the same.
That's kind of cool. Like they can all play on the same team, little league team. That would be kind of cool.
I think
he could probably do like 5-on-5 basketball.
Yeah,
there was definitely a moment when I think 3 women were pregnant at the same time with Nick Cannon.
But like they can all just be friends.
Yeah.
Hi.
How do you make that mistake though? Like
I think he's very open about being like
not him. The guy with the hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be concerned that your fiance is an idiot because I don't know any lube that looks like hand
Yeah, they send
sanitizer.
pictures. It doesn't really even look that similar.
So like you don't make the mistake of having a
Not
tube
even the same
of
size
lube
bottle.
or a hand sanitizer that has the push down handle on it.
Also, you're kind of an idiot for just like why wouldn't you just keep going if it doesn't like wouldn't you feel it before you?
Yeah, it would sting.
But it sounds like that didn't happen. They just were like, "Oh my God, look at the hand sanitizer."
Also, it sounds like this guy's a beta that doesn't make his girl wet enough.
Facts.
I'm just kidding. We're a pro lube podcast.
Yeah. Or not if you don't want to.
For the last
Whichever way.
6 months, every time my boyfriend and I are getting ready to have sex and start taking each other's clothes off, he constantly sings the meme song, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no.
That's
like over
funny.
and over and over again. When he's about to put it in me, he starts singing it again right before. It's getting awful and making me hate him. Only way I can think of to get him to stop is if I tell him I just won't have sex with him anymore if he continues. Any other advice you guys have that could help?
Start singing all the small things before he puts it in.
Right back at him. Or get him hooked on the, maybe he just becomes like a meme guy, and it's just, what's the one? The if your money don't jiggle, jiggle, it rolls. That one. Just got
nailed it.
That one. Is that what it is?
But that one's not as like you got to sing it. You can just go, oh no.
Oh, no. That's very funny.
Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I think maybe get a better sense of humor.
I don't know what he's going for on that.
Shit's about to go down.
In his brain,
Maybe he just he premature ejaculates all the time.
it's about to be really bad.
Now that would be funny.
If he's-
he was like,
if he's
just
self-deprecating.
30 seconds in, he's like, oh no, oh no, no, no.
Hey, Big Cat, PFT, Haughty Hank, Jake, Liam memes. I'm in a friend group with 5 guys and me and 2 other girls. It's always fun together whenever we get back from college, but over winter break, 3 of them told me that they have had feelings for me for various amounts of time.
3?
Now that we've all been home for the summer for a while, I haven't seen any of them and I still want to be friends with them and hang out with them. How can I get them to hang out with me? Or should I just move on?
yeah. Well, I need to know the breakdown. Is it three of the guys that told you that, or was it 2 of the guys and 1 of the girls that told you that?
Ooh.
That would be an interesting plot twist.
3 of them.
That's tough for 3 because that means they probably all have told maybe not told each other, but like there's tension there.
Either that or they were playing a prank on you. And like the last night, they're like, you want to have some fun?
Yeah.
Let's all tell her that we love her.
Maybe you just say that you're going to fuck all of them and then just see all their dicks and then tell each other like who's got the smallest one, and that would shut it down pretty quick. Like, oh, you guys all have small dicks.
I think you got to say, like, I feel the same way about all 3 of you. Let's the 4 of us pull a reverse DK, go into the bedroom, and all go out at the same time.
Yes. See how much they love you.
Yeah, make me airtight.
Yes. Oh, my God. VFT.
It's just an idea. We're spitballing here, right?
We are.
Let's be real. That's the only way that this turns out well, is if you fuck all 3 of them.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You just have to, because that way you would probably break up the entire friend group, and it wouldn't just be you bouncing out of it.
Go get airtight, baby.
College. All right, last one. I don't know how we're going to follow that one up. This is kind of Jake related. My boyfriend and I have been dating for some time now, and we've been trying to spice things up. But this past week But this past week during a sexy time sesh, he insisted on tonguing down my chili ring. While I'm not opposed to him eating my ass, I just can't get past how he worded it. I don't like the thought of my butt being called a chili ring. Is this a reasonable turnoff, or should I just let him have his fun?
Cake Marsh, what do you say?
You literally said spice things up.
I think it needs to be called the way that Biz calls it. Like chili ring doesn't sound enticing.
Is that
You don't like chili?
What
No, I love
what
chili.
about chili Fritos? Those are good.
Like the Cheerios, leather Cheerios is like, yeah, Cheerios seems like a harmless kind of food.
Yeah, good
but
for your
chili
heart.
can mess up
Yeah.
your stomach.
Yeah.
So I think you got to change
But
the
it's already
wording.
on the flip side.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
problem is with the word chili, it implies that it's not clean.
Correct.
Yeah.
You need to have like something that implies clean.
I like leather Cheerio.
Yeah, leather Cheerio. That's Biz.
Yeah.
I like just hoop.
Yeah.
That's what Biz says.
Listen, leather Cheerio sounds good.
Cornhole.
Right.
Cornhole. Cornhole's a little tough.
Yeah. I like leather Cheerio though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's clean.
classy. Yeah.
Exactly.
But like,
Like it's-
you know what I mean? Like chili is just like, we love chili, but it's like,
we do.
Sounds like you don't.
Leather Cheerio would
no, but
low.
not.
Jake, when was the last time you had chili? Knowing your bowels.
I want to say the winter.
That is
Yeah.
chili
Chili hole.
season. Yeah.
Probably January or February.
Is when you last had chili hole.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Leather Cheerio would be an awesome horse name.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine Leather Cheerio winning the Kentucky Derby?
And no one would know the real meaning.
Yeah, I mean, most people would know the real meaning, but there would be a lot of people who wouldn't. It
Well,
would be very funny.
I only understood leather Cheerio via context clue because it was Biz Nasty saying it. And so
Yeah.
if you don't understand a word that Paul Bissonnette says, chances are he's talking about a butthole.
That's true.
But if somebody were to just be like leather Cheerio, I would just picture a leather Cheerio.
That's it.
I think you could name a horse that, certainly.
Yeah, so that's if we ever get a horse, we're naming it Leather Cheerio. If anyone else names it Leather Cheerio, you owe us money. If we see Leather Cheerio winning a race, you owe us money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Okay, great show. Matthew Fitzpatrick on Friday, great interview. We're going to have a Mount Rushmore with Joey and Pat as well. And then next week we will have the Verstappen and Sergio Perez interview because we didn't want to – they deserve their own show. They were very, very good. Let's do numbers.
69.
6.
What's the numbers that I can pick from?
6. Liam took 26, 27, 29, 51,
Take
70.
it every time.
Oh, someone said the 51's coming, so I'm going to trust that guy, whoever tweeted it.
15.
51's coming.
25.
Ooh, 15 for Hank Tebow.
$83.
Draymond Green.
83.
It's Welker, right?
Yeah. Well, same guy.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone got an animal fact?
My animal fact is that saltwater crocodiles, if you touch them on the nose, they get hypnotized.
Saltwater taffy's made through saltwater crocodile skin.
Come. Saltwater croc, come. Love you guys.
Yo, bitch, you can fuck with me if you want to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is blood shoes. Hit the script, I can let them both, I don't want to. Then I'm quick, cut a nigga off, but don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch, I make blood move. Now she say she gon' do what or who? Let's find out if she Cardi B. You know where I'm at, you know where I be. You in the club, it's the party, I'm there, I get paid a fee. I be in and out them things so much, I know they tired of me. Honestly, don't give a fuck about who in front of me. Drop 2 mixtapes in 6 months, both been breaking this hard of me. I don't bother with these hoes, don't let these hoes bother me. They see pictures, they say go, bitch, I'm who they trying to be. Look, I might just chill in some babe, I might just chill with your boo, I might just spill on your babe. My pussy feel like a lake, he wanna show me his face. I'm like, okay, I let him do what he want, he got me eat till around, and then you win. When you go back to the horse, I got the drunk in the room. I'm the hottest in the street, know you probably heard of me. Got a bag and fix my teeth, hope you hoes know it ain't cheap. And I pay my mama bills, I ain't got no time to chill. Think these hoes be mad at me, they baby father run a bill. Hey, little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is blood. I can get them both, I don't want to. Then I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch, I make blood move. If you a pussy, you get popped. You a goofy, you a op. Bet you come around my way, you can't hang around my block. And I just check my account, turns out I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I put my hand up on my hip, I bet you 50. I get the money and go, because it's hot like a stove. My pussy good as gold, tell that little bitch stay her roll. I just don't open no holes, I just came up with no rape. I need to fill up the tank, no, I need to fill up the safe. I need to never be hoes, no, they none of they niggas to say. I go to dinner and steak, only the root can relate. I used to live in the peace, now it's the crib with the tape. Money got charms, the life of the place. I just let these bitches know, if they gave me close for that. I just wanna check them now, another chip on my spot. That little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These is red bottoms, these is blood shoes. It's cool, I can get them both, I don't want to. Then I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker,